yo. Welcome back to the Hot Shot Radio Show. This is your boy Hot Shot. We are back with another show. We got a special guest in the building, all about the trees. How you doing today? All about the trees. Welcome to the
Yes,
show.
yes, yes, yes. Close to spectacular. Thank you for having
Good
me
to
on
have
the
you.
show. I
It's a
appreciate it.
pleasure. And we got a little interesting show today regarding Brother Polite. Those of you who's been following that story with Brother Polite know what's going on. If you don't know what's going on, Brother Polite is an online influencer. He's a writer, motivational speaker. He's 38 years old. He's from New York, and he used to be part of a gang, and he was jailed due to his criminal activity at the age of 18. But there's a lot going on with Brother Polite today in recent history with these allegations where he sexually assaulted his stepdaughter, which is a minor, correct?
Yes, yes. A minor, I believe the age is 14 or 15 years. I believe it's 14. But the specifics will be in the audio that we'll review later on. But the backstory in regards to Brother Polite, I'm not a member of the conscious community. However, I have been, you know, uh, privy to a lot of their videos and presently I've viewed at least hours and hours, like 48 hours worth of content since these allegations have started. And because I'm all about being the an advocate of victims of abuse, sexual abuse and otherwise, I really was paying attention to this story. And Polite comes from the conscious community, part of YouTube. Now, those people, including Sonetta, Hassan Campbell. Hassan Campbell had came out in recent years alleging that Africa Bambaataa, okay, the president or the face of the Zulu nation, which is also a part of it. It is a different sect of the conscious community, but they're
Had
all,
molested Hassan
yes,
allegedly as a child.
allegedly, yes, as a child, along with a lot of other neighborhood boys. And so there's like a trend that people are now paying attention to that's going on in the conscious community in regards to pedophilia like allegations. So Polite specifically ascribes to the doctrine of Egyptology, but also kind of integrates this theology of, atheism, okay, and kind of what do I want to say? Paganism, African paganism. I hear a lot of African paganism and things related to African ancestry and they use sciences as well. So
Isn't it
it's
kind of like that Nature Boy?
yes, absolutely.
All
That's
right,
what I was going
cool.
to allude. Exactly. That's what I was going to allude to. These people. That's why I was naming Sarnetta Hassan Campbell. But Hassan Campbell is not a part of, but he's a part of kind of sort of like uh, the epi surrounding the conscious community. They're on the conscious sector, and they call it the House of Consciousness. So they have a whole sector over there of people that, but most of them that are really popular is Polite because Polite has parlayed his consciousness into the Hollywood sector. He has been known to frequent Floyd Mayweather's fights. A lot of people are calling him a fanboy of Floyd because people were questioning Why is Floyd around this, groupie? And I've seen many videos that Floyd seems to be bothered or irritated by Polite's presence, but Polite is almost stalker-ish when it comes to Floyd. They say he just shows up at any type of gathering that Floyd is at, uninvited, and he's always there with his camera and things like that. They said that he has been with the likes of the Kardashians and things of that nature. So currently, from what I'm aware of, he lives in Bel Air in California, and he's always, flaunting his his things, his material things. Now, mostly, a lot of people are wondering, like, conscious people, being that braggadocious or that materialistic, it doesn't match up. But typically, conscious members of that community are not materialistic. But Polite, like I said, has segued himself into, the public eye a whole lot. So he's known in Hollywood and on the consciousness of YouTube. So people were calling him the poster child of the conscious community. But he is a student, from what he has said, of Dr. York. And those of you who do not know about Dr. York is the, the, I would say, originator of black cults, black Pan African or African associated cults. He's the one that Nature Boy and a lot of other cultists or cult leaders or gurus, African gurus, that we see now on YouTube, they are modeled after Dr. York. Dr. York is currently serving 135 years in a maximum state federal penitentiary. Okay. He is still alive as of 2021. He's still alive. And Polite was noted on a video saying, okay, and this is the video that's being circulated. And I want to shout out Sweet Ma because I was on her channel, if you don't mind me saying that. I was on her channel when she was
Shout
talking.
out to Sweet Ma. Yeah, nah, Sweet Ma's in front of the shows. I had her. I think she was on here in the comments or something like that. I'm not sure. But
Yes.
yeah, Sweet
I,
Ma's definitely in front of the shows. I speak
I
to her.
love
I've spoken
her.
to
She
her.
has a very kind kindred, and you can tell that her intentions are pure. You can tell.
Sweet Ma for life, I believe. Yeah. Sweet
Sweet
Ma
Mom
or
for life. Absolutely.
uh,
A lot of her content I've been watching, and she does her research. She does her homework. And let me tell you, the compilation, one of her lives was 11 hours, and I'm no fan of extraneously long lives, but that live right there was very informative because she has a compilation of people that she doesn't agree with, but she has to show that perspective in their own words what they were saying. So that
right.
brings me to this point. So Polite was witnessed doing a video with one of Dr. York's victims. And now I'm gonna get into how he victimized people. Okay, not only was he a cult leader that Nature Boy and others like him model their cults now after. But Dr. York also violated his own son. Okay.
Hmm.
His son is telling a story to Polite, okay, about the terrors that he has experienced as a kid under the tutelage and under the guardianship and leadership of Dr. York. Dr. York, he was talking about, being orally assaulted and violated by Dr. York and all of this stuff. So
Wow.
while he was telling his story, at some point, Polite said, and that was his own father. At some point, the Polite told the victim, the son of Dr. York, that even if it was proven, if Dr. York was proven to have molested 1,000 kids, he would still follow him. He would still worship him. He said, Dr. York will still be my God, quote
Wow.
unquote. This is what Brother Polite has said on video recorded. I seen it with my own eyes. So
Wow.
there are a lot of content creators in the conscious community that are saying he's innocent until proven guilty. We are not going to throw our brother away because remember, he's the poster child. He is the face of the consciousness. Now, this sector used to have the debates with other cult leaders or other conscious people and other religious leaders such as pastors, reverends, imams, and they would go back and forth, debating their own points in their own, mythology of beliefs. So this is what they're known for doing. They would go back and forth with each other. However, people are now speculating that because Polite, and he was also called out by Sinetta a few months back, but then Sinetta has of late, just a few days ago, was bringing Polite on his platform saying, let's not bash the brother. We're going to hear his side, this and that. And so Sinetta was getting a lot of backlash from not just the conscious community, but this made national news. So now, not just the conscious community are tuning in, but regular people are now being exposed to what they didn't even know existed previously to
Mhm.
these allegations. So
Right.
that brings me to this point. By Polite saying that he would stand by and he would support no matter what Dr. York and his mythology and his way of living, he basically co-signed the abuse of children by saying even if it was proven that he did this to 1,000 children, that
Believe
he
a
would
man
still
is
follow
married
him.
to a man, a black man.
I'm sorry.
So
Didn't mean to do that.
yeah. So by that being said, we're going to take that, okay, as we're going to listen to the charges that he was being charged with. Now, keep in mind, people, all right, this is not the first time that he has been accused of this type of deviant behavior. There was a previous wife. Sonetta had called Polite out a few months ago on a live saying that when Sonetta allegedly said Polite has stole 10K from him. Okay, so uh, that's what provoked Sonetta to out him on the radio. I mean on YouTube. So, Sonetta called him Baby York. Yeah, baby Dr. York. Tell everybody why your second wife left you. Tell them the real reason why your second wife left you, alluding to that he was messing with, because those were accusations too. There were even charges brought against him, but it was later dropped. Okay, it was charges brought against him that were later dropped in this same type of situation with a 14-year-old stepdaughter from one of his wives. And also note that he is um, a polygamous person. So he does have, I think, 4 or 5 wives. That's a part of his cultural or whatever. He doesn't believe in religion per se, but he believes in some type of spirituality. So that's a part of his spiritual belief system. Now, mind
Mm.
you, Dr. York was not only convicted of violating children, he was convicted of, and a lot of people, I've read a lot of on this thing. People are saying, oh, he was never convicted of that. He actually escaped those charges. No, he did not. That's why he received 135 years. Not only was he convicted under the RICO statute federally for, basically organized crime, because his organization stretched from New York City all the way down south of the eastern seaboard. Okay, he had
Wow.
communities where they had pyramids erected on their acreage of land, and they lived in these Egyptian-like cities where they had their own way of living, dressing. They grew their own food. All of the things that we see Nature Boy doing is modeled after the originator of the Black Pan African cults, which is Dr. York. So you guys
Wow.
catch up on that, because I'm going to do a show after this live. I'm going to go now that I know how to go live, thanks to Hotshot. He told me I can go live on my laptop. So on my channel, I'm going to go live and I'm going to be reviewing and adding to what we have done on this live. But this live is going to be a point of reference, you know. Um,
Right.
so
Absolutely. So y'all
Doctor,
definitely go ahead and go over there and check her out after this live. It's called All About the Trees. If you don't mind, type it in the chat for them, because I had a little trouble when I was typing it in the search
no
bar.
problem.
Yeah, it wasn't coming up right away. So make sure you guys are typing it correctly.
Yes,
And
it's
once you
all
see
one
her
word, you
channel,
guys. Well, I don't know how to work this because this is my first time even going in the chat. So I'm gonna just go out of the chat. Oh, here it is. No, it's a private chat. Okay, so this is the thing. So, Dr. York, okay, was convicted, He was convicted of, racketeering charges, all of the things under the RICO statute. He had a multi-million-dollar enterprise. This is the thing.
Mm.
The members of the Nuwabian organization, okay, and it originated in the 80s, okay? It originated in the 80s, probably I would say the late 70s, because where I'm from up north, okay? I'm from up top. So where I'm from, we had a large
Right.
community, right? And they had like a group of houses, but they were all connected and they wore all white. At one point in time, they were called the Ansars. Another point in time, they were called the Nuwabians. Another point in time, they were called the Nuwabians.
You broke up. I can't hear nothing. Um, I don't know if it's me or did she go out, but I cannot hear anything. Okay, I think I heard you now. Let me see. Let me bring you.
Yeah, get behind me, Satan, because I'm still going to drop it. So,
Amen. Amen. Yeah, they trying. They trying.
listen,
The minions is trying. I'm
I
Satan
have not
children.
had this much trouble with YouTube or StreamYard in general until I started like doing this research on Polite in this organization. I haven't.
Speak about it, because that happened to me when I started speaking on Jennifer's case with Nikki.
Right. And that's what I
I'm
was gonna
telling you,
say. That's what
people
I
would
was
think
gonna
you
say.
bugging out, but it's real.
Right.
It's real. These
It's
behind the
real.
scenes people exist.
Absolutely. Because you know that this pedophilia thing is a part of a propaganda that a lot of the elite class participates in. And
Well,
that's
I'm
why
glad
like
you brought that up, because you mentioned the Ansars. These are an elite group of people that's been around since the beginning of time, along with the Rothschilds and Rockefellers and Bilderbergers and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, go ahead and speak on that. What you was going to say, because this goes down a really deep, deep rabbit hole,
yes,
and
but I'm going to
these
try
are
to sum it up like, so it doesn't be so
right,
much. I got to break it down in stages, but I just got to give y'all just a background on where these people came from because Nature Boy does get a lot of attention and people are so intrigued by him, but he's just recycling Dr. York's mythology.
right,
Dr. York that's what he did. Get Back to Nature, the vegetarianism. Is a documentary about Dr. York. Okay, it's a part of the FBI crime file show. If you put in YouTube, Dr. York, and then it's going to be a series of things that come up. Put in the Dr. York documentary, not his teachings, because you're going to get stuck in another fucking stratosphere. Don't type in his teachings. But if you type in Dr. York, um, documentary, the FBI crime file is going to come up, and the whole thing is broken down in like 54 minutes. However, and that's coming from the Snow White perspective, mind you, but also do your own research. But okay, so they had these communities, and so it was the basis of the original formation of this organization of the Nawabians was based on Islam. Okay, but because they started to deviate away from the fundamental Islamic teachings, they could not hide behind Islamic teachings, but yet they still kept a part of that inside of their doctrine, right? So they still kept the polygamy part, which is more than one wife. They still kept the biblical part and the coverings, how they dress was still like Muslim women. But then they start to go more towards the New Testament. And so they started to practice more so Hebrew like traditions and ways. Then they got away from that because a lot of stuff that they were doing were not biblically correct either. But they will still reference the Bible and they still will reference Allah and the Quran and all of this stuff, but they don't stay true to that. And then they start to go into all of their own man-made beliefs and laws and things of that nature. Well, Dr. York was not only convicted of violating over 200 children, and some of them was his own because mind you he had sometimes the point of 20 wives. I think he had
wow,
even way more than 20 wives. Some accounts say that he had 100 wives, but he also used to accost the wives of his members. This was their tradition. This was their way. Before a group of people or a couple would get married, he would have to sleep with the wife to approve the wife for the husband. So he would sleep with the wife first, and then he would say, okay, she's good, you can get married to her. But after they would get married, he would also sometimes have an appetite for whoever, and they would have to give their wife to them for a night. This sounds very familiar. I know you guys are saying if you have ever watched Nature Boy. Nature Boy interchanged his wives in and out just like that. That comes from Dr. York. That's why Sinetta called Polite, Brother Polite, Baby York, because Baby York is stating that, everybody knows that Dr. York loved to sleep with children. Okay. Now,
Wow.
um, in that conviction, okay, that got him 135 years, it included not only violating over 200 children that they can prove that came forward, because that's not even everybody that were violated. Those are just the ones that came forward. Other people went into hiding because they also were murdering people who would try to leave the cult. Okay, they murdered people. They beheaded a man, a 25-year-old man, in 1981. His body was found in Florida. Okay, and then it
Wow.
was a couple that came forward that was about to leave the call. They were found to have cooperated with police to let them know who beheaded that man. And then they were killed as soon as they returned home from the police station. Okay. So not only was he, that's why he got sentenced with the RICO statute. Okay. He also, according to the court documents, had infected over 100 children with herpes.
Wow.
The definition of the boogeyman. That's the definition of a boogeyman. Okay. Um, Mr. What's his name? Nature Boy. Nature Boy was also filmed doing some very deviant behavior while he was, or reacting in a sexual manner while he was holding his infant daughter. Okay. Anybody who has, subscribed or looked at that, Sweet Mindful Life had did a very extensive expose on that as well. But
One
he
second,
also,
all about the trees. I'm sorry. Can y'all see the comments on the screen? Because I can't see them.
somebody said they're going around taking kids and using them as a part of a ritual. That's some of these high class elite people of different people that do this. Exactly. That's why human
Right.
trafficking is at an all time high right now, and human slavery.
Oh,
But
so you see the comments.
I,
Y'all
I
see the comments on the screen. I can't see them on the screen. I'm
I
clicking on
can't
them, but
see them either. I can't see them either. When I go to the public chat, there's no way for me to comment. There's only a way for me to comment on the private chat.
it's weird. Like I don't know. YouTube's acting up today. It's real weird.
It's real weird. Cause my
It's been
name, look at my name.
freezing.
My name is not even up on there no more.
I can't see the names no more. Right. I can't see the names, the comments on the screen. I can see the comment in the comment box, but I can't see them on the screen when I click on the comment.
Yep,
But
this
as
is
long as
crazy.
y'all can see them, yeah,
This is
this is
crazy. This is going down the rabbit hole, but that's okay. That's okay because this needs to, and that's why I said I appreciate Hotshot for giving me the opportunity because I just think that is not enough people that know about this. This is a lot
right,
of chatter on the conscious community side, but mainstream YouTube or black YouTube is not talking about it enough because they probably don't know. And I'm
right.
just giving you a tidbit. I'm not an expert on this stuff. I'm just giving you what I know. We've had these people in our community. I remember growing up and seeing the people, they were beautiful black people dressed in all white. And they were so, Zen like. And I was always intrigued, like, oh my God, look at them. They're so cute. They're always dressed in all white. But then they change and they migrated. When they get in trouble or stuff start to catch up with them, they move and they migrate. That's why they got their own acreage in first they were in Georgia and then they got kicked out of Georgia and then they went to Florida. But mind you, on their land they would have pyramids, actual pyramids. They lived like Egyptians, okay?
Mm.
That's where the vegetarianism and all of that stuff come in at. Okay, so we move past that. Dr. York did that to those children. And so the basis of this new age, paganistic, pan Africanism cult like mentality originates with Dr. York. So that brings us to Polite. Polite is a school student of this school of knowledge that is polygamous, that is, for the get back to nature type thing, vibrational, all that energy stuff, talk, whatever. All of that stuff comes from the conscious community. And so Polite is now being charged with
There we go.
another.
There go our names.
What happened?
I see our names now.
Oh, yeah, now our names are back. Oh, look at that. That's
Yeah, it's
because
crazy.
when I call y'all out on it, y'all will say, okay, we're going to give it back to y'all.
Word. Let's not look like what they saying is true. Let's give them back this
Right,
shit.
right. Exactly. Let's make them look crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Oh shit, crazy. I still can't see the comments on the screen though. I don't know if y'all can still see them. I can't see it.
So,
Oh, the names is
so
gone.
now, but the comments are super small. The fonts are super small. They weren't like that before.
And the
But
names is gone.
so now that brings me to um what's happening with Polite. So now Polite is being accused yet again by one of his wives for assaulting. And notice how it seems, okay? It seems as if he always chooses single moms. They might be exotic. He has like two Haitian wives, he has two Latin looking wives. They're beautiful women, yes. But he always chooses single mothers.
Hmm.
And let's not forget that he has been known to exaggerate and to stretch the truth, in my opinion. I've seen a lot of footage when he pretended that his daughter was missing, and Sonetta wanted to speak to his daughter and asked her, did that white man jump out of van and try to kidnap you? And he wouldn't let his daughter speak. All of a sudden, his microphone couldn't work, and then he instructed his daughter to go off camera, and he walked outside so that when he explained what happened to his daughter, his daughter wouldn't say, no daddy, that's not what happened to me. I seen the footage repeatedly, and exactly what happened, that Sweet Mom said happened, it happened, and she played the footage. So if you guys don't believe me, do your own research. But I'm just saying this to say I'm just developing the type of character what we're talking about. Okay. And now when he was approached about the allegations, instead of saying no, I didn't do it, or yes, I did do it, he started talking about if he were to die today or tomorrow, he has done everything he wanted to do. He's traveled 30 different countries. He has a Rolls Royce. He wears Gucci every day and all of this other extraneous stuff that
Wow.
don't have anything to do with anything. Okay. So when asked about those allegations, he always wants to go to the materialistic things, which a lot of people are surmising that this is a clear indication of guilt because he is talking as if he's going to end it all. He's
Right.
talking as if it's over for him.
Sounds
So
pretty suicidal, right?
exactly. So if you're saying, if I was to leave this earth today, this planet Earth today or tomorrow, I've done everything I wanted to do. So basically, that your reign has come to an end because as we're going to listen in the audio, you'll see what type of evidence is stacked against him. So this time he can't lie his way out and he can't buy his way out. So, hot shot whenever
I,
you're ready.
okay, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and play a video of Trashy K reading what appears to be the documents, the police report.
And
Um,
you guys, in no way are we endorsing um, Trisha K. Trisha K. We're not endorsing her because
Absolutely not.
she's not above lying either. She's a self-professed liar. But
Right.
she is the only one. She's the only one that has um the police report that accounts for what happens. Now, mind you, please take what she says around her own commentary, take that with a grain of salt because she was caught in a lie, in my opinion. She said that his bail was one thing, but come to find out, somebody pulled up the documents and his bail, he only paid $1,000 and not the amount that she said on her video. So take what she says as a grain of salt. But the majority of what she says is coming from the actual police report.
Yeah, we all know Trashy K a damn liar. We know that for a fact. But let's go ahead and play that audio because we're not gonna play the video. You already know how that go. We're gonna play the audio and hear Tasha break down this police report. And shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you all for tuning in. This is a real important live. We're sharing our thoughts on Brother Polite today. And pretty much giving our opinions on whether he's innocent or guilty. What do you guys
And
think? We're gonna all
yes, and in the chat, if any of you guys have more detailed information about the conscious community, if Hotshot would permit, when the time comes to drop the link, so maybe they can give us some insight as well.
right, definitely. Let's go ahead and play this audio really quick 'cause I can't hear her voice for too long. Um,
I
we
feel
going
you on that, Hotshot. I feel you.
where that? Where that?
An educated black man. A black man who doesn't feel in
All right, hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all.
And I just want to say too, Tasha K is an opportunist. Now that was a good move for her to make that video because she had information that nobody had at the time on YouTube. So that was a good move. But it's not like a genuine advocate for victims of abuse, because we saw how she turned on Asriel Clary. We saw how she turned on several R. Kelly victims and other victims who came on her show, and how she gaslighted Jen as well. So don't get it confused as though she has a
inferior to white men. A black
okay.
man who doesn't even see white men.
No, absolutely, I agree. Don't let that shit fool y'all, because Sasha
Yeah.
is nowhere near a victim's advocate.
No, she
She's a
just
victim
wanted some of
shamer,
that conscious community clicks. That's all.
right? She want a little bit of that support, exactly. All right, hold on.
I agree, Miss Jackson, about that comment.
I'm sorry, y'all. Bear with me. My shit acting up because, like I said, YouTube.
Yeah, it's been funky. They took our names back. But I'm gonna go ahead and
Yeah,
read this comment while you're getting that together. It says
yeah. Do your thing.
you can't spell conscious community without the word con, and that's what poor light dose to these women does. Oh yeah, does to these women and the community. Absolutely, they tell you that you're the queen and you're the mother of the earth and that you're a goddess and all of this other stuff, but yet victimize you in the same breath. And like they were saying on Sweet Mom's channel, these people do an audit of you. They listen to you and you feel like you're being heard, but really all they're doing is sizing you up for the kill. Because as soon as you decide that you want to leave, they're going to play on your insecurities. They're going to play on you being violated as a child. They're going to play on you growing up without a father, and they're going to become that father for you. So that's how they get you hook, line, and sinker. And these people that's on these islands and with these narcissists and with these poly abuser men, because people who participate in polygamy, I'm not knocking their lifestyle. If you want to be a paganist or pan Africanist, I'm not knocking your lifestyle, but don't victimize people
As
along
a
the way.
threat never crosses his mind because he
I'm
makes
sorry. Here
more
we go.
money.
Oh shit. Yeah, this is freezing up.
What, it keeps freezing?
Yeah,
Oh wow. Can you
something's not
refresh or
right.
just skip like a minute or so?
You know what? I'm going to refresh my whole computer because I don't know what's going on. But you
And then
stay
you're gonna
here on
come
the
back?
live now. Because if we both leave, then it might
It's
shut
gonna be
down. But
gone. Okay.
yeah, so you stay on the live talking to everybody. I'm just
Okay.
going to restart my whole computer and pop back in.
Okay. And I wish
All
I
right.
could see the chat because I would love to answer. Let me see. I think I
Yeah,
can
tune
see
from
it.
your phone. Yeah, tune in from your phone as well. Just turn the volume down so we don't get feedback, and then you can see the chat that way while you
I
on.
can see the chat right now, but I just can't comment. Okay. The last comment I see Okay, please hit the like, share, and
I'll be
subscribe
back.
button. Okay. Uh, hate that they're perverting this. Okay. Anybody has any questions? Fake woke. Yes, exactly. A sickening. Anybody have any questions about this? Because she's the last person to be talking. Period. Absolutely, I agree. Miss Hollywood Caesar. Yeah, and you know what? A lot of people haven't heard about Polite because I was just reading my small space comment, and she said she hasn't heard of him until this has came out, and that's why I wanted to collaborate with Hotshot about it because this is yet another sector of being predators. You know what I mean? And if people are more aware of how they prey on people, maybe they'll be less likely to tune in because a lot of what they say is truth and it's appealing to us because yes, we've been oppressed. Yes, we are powerful people and all of this stuff. Yes, it appeals to our downtroddenness of our race. It appeals to us because a lot of what they're saying is true. Yes, black unity is great, but the inside of that community is a lot of BS. It's a lot of BS. So we just need to be aware of that and be mindful of that because we have children and these people that are so and that's one of the things that uh, this previous cult member was talking about. I think she's a doctor now in psychology or something. She was saying that a lot of the educated women that they get over there, or if you go to their island or join their cult, the first thing that they want to do is get you pregnant. That's the first thing they want to do because if you get the woman pregnant and they have assets, they have education, they are an asset to their community, then that way it'll be harder for them to leave because that child will be an attachment, what they call letting go of attachments. That's the nature boy lingo, where a lot of the women that go over to Puerto Rico or wherever he is in the world to that beautiful island, he showcases the women on the beach wearing beautiful, scarves and things. They're always naked or putting war paint on their bodies, but yet you see that glamorous side. You see the blue waters. You see the house that they're living in. Everybody has flowers in their hair. They don't have to clock in and go to work every day because they're living off of the currency that they get from YouTube and Bigo. They go on Bingo. They at one point, Nature Boy went viral for having his two wives fight. The one girl that had left, what is that girl name? The one girl who had left with his baby, she left in the middle of the night and she came back home. Her mother had sent her money to come back home. I think she was like 17 or 19 years old. I can't remember her name. Let me look in the chat if anybody know her name. Well, anyway, she came back and she left the cult, but she had a baby by Nature Boy. And he was seen in the video getting aroused. He had an erection while he was holding his own infant daughter. And because of that video, a lot of people who was following Nature Boy and their back to nature way of life, he lost a lot of people who were subscribed to that lifestyle. However, he also gained a lot of people because more people wanted to go over there and become one of his wives, despite the fact that he was giving these women STDs. One of one of the women had an STD so bad that her vagina was so swollen and so inflamed with pus that the doctor, when she came back to the States to get evaluated, because everybody was saying on live how it looked like she was dying, she was starved, he would starve them as well. He would make them eat oatmeal all day and he'll have whatever he wanted to eat. Like he's muscular and very built. And meanwhile, his followers are like skin and bones, and so people were saying that Malia looked like she was dying. Everybody was assuming that she had HIV or something. So because of that, he sent her back to the United States to get evaluated. And before even coming back to the United States, they were prohibiting her from boarding the plane because of the stench. Her vagina was stinking that bad where they were prohibiting her from getting on a plane with until she showered or something. So that happened. Then, and when she did get to the United States eventually, the doctors could not examine her vagina to give her a pap smear to see what she had because it was so inflamed and so swollen they could not get a speculum in her vaginal canal. And that right there says a lot. But still, people still were going over there trying to be Nature Boy's wife. They were still going over there. And there are people, if you see him on Bigo or if you see him on one of these YouTube channels, because it's a couple of YouTube channels that play nothing but Nature Boy content. Nothing but Nature Boy content. He has a BBW lady that's from California over there now. And her name is Mother Knowledge. Very beautiful woman. She was really overweight, but she's lost at least 100 pounds since she's been over there. Nature Boy got her eating goddamn twigs and berries, okay? While everybody else, or him, he's been known to be having steak dinners while he has everybody else on vegetarian diets. And the people that are there to serve him. They call him Baba G. They call him their prophet. They call him their God. And one of the initiations of his particular cult, when you come over there, he's not allowing any more men. He's only allowing women. When you come over there, you have to download, they call download. You have to download him, himself, his semen into you so that you can become him. That's a part of his theology. And a part of download, when they talk about download and they talk about your frequencies with the earth and all of this mumbo jumbo talk, that download, the men does it too. The men have to do it too. They download Nature Boy semen. They have to not only orally copulate him, but they have to swallow his children. And that's just, listen, I feel really nauseous by talking about it, but this is there. And I used to watch them. Once I found out like how many people are followers of him, he gets hundreds of thousands of dollars off of Bigo, okay, a day. Well, he used to. When you see those dragons going across the screen on Bingo, when you see those Ferraris and Porsches going, those are like $1,000 donations, $500 donations. When you see the dragon go across the screen, maybe $1,000 donation. That Bigo money is bigger than YouTube. That's why a lot of content creators go over to Bigo. That's why Nature Boy is over in Bigo. And you'll be surprised how many people fall prey to this neo African Africanism spirituality. You know, the crystals, the astrology signs. They integrate all of that into their theology. Dr. York, a lot of them have originated their spirituality belief system. It started off with the Muslim culture, and then they, integrated the Muslim culture. Then they'll integrate some of the Hebrew or Aramaic, all of this stuff that they say that they speak. They speak all of the ancient languages of all of the religious book, yet they don't believe in any religion. So I don't understand the rationale for that. But they have to learn the religion of the people that they're trying to induct into their belief system. So, of course, you have to speak their language because you have to make it alluring to the people who have been rooted all of their life with just traditional religion. So, of course, you would have to know their book. I saw a video last night where the man, I think his name is Zion somebody, he was talking about how the Bible was condoning rape in Deuteronomy. When you find you a woman, you take her by force and then you lay with her. And so basically, it was depicting you get your wife by raping her first. And I don't even know what the significance of that was, but Brother Polite was in that video, and two of Brother Polite's wives were in that video. And one of the women started crying because she was just like, because at the end of his speech about how you supposed to, get your wife according to the Bible, she started crying because he was like, that's why women are God. Women is God because they can have children. They give birth to nations and all of this other stuff. But you just talked about how the Bible allowed rape. And now I'm supposed to get all sentimental and soft and pink and mushy because you called me a goddess because I can populate the earth. That's the type of manipulation that these people use to get new members. So it's really deep. It's really it's really yeah, it's brainwashing and it's exhausting. And I had to stop. A lot of people are in the chat talking about the Jamestown and the what is that called? Jim Jones. Jim Jones, where everybody drank the Kool-Aid. Jim Jones' son is a black man who was also on the documentary that I seen. And they went back to Africa. They went back to Africa and started their own village, which I'm all for, starting your own nation and starting your own village. If you can be independent from mainstream society and be successful without harming people along the way, knock yourself out. Knock yourself out. But these people are gaining new victims every single day. And it's a shame to see because a lot of women that are single mothers will become prey and vulnerable to these people because they know what their weaknesses are. They know what their vulnerabilities are and they prey on that. They prey on that. My comment further up tells what polygamy actually was. So let me go see. And who is this? Aya N. Ja. Aya N. Ja. Do research. Absolutely, Suki. I agree. Do research. While we're waiting for Hotshot, I'm going to be reading these comments and I'm okay. Her comment further up describes what polygamy is. And I'm looking for that comment. She's the last person to be talking. Okay, I saw that one. Oh, I don't see it further up. Well, YouTube is acting crazy, so. Well, polygamy is a difference. Polygamy is a person having more than one spouse. Typically, a man having more than one wife. Polygyny is when a woman has more than one husband. That's polygamy. Polyamory is the relationship between a group of people. Like, let's say, for instance, Willow Smith. Willow Smith said that she would be a polyamorous person. She would be in multiple relationships with multiple people, men and women. That's what Willow Smith said. She would be polyamorous. And also in a polyamorous relationship, it can be more than one couple that have a relationship with many other couples. That's also been seen. In some parts of Africa, it is common for women to have more than one husband. This is not a normal occurrence in polygamous relationships because, when children are had, women can have children. And typically, let's just know, we know polygamy from Islamic religion and earlier times in the Bible. We know that a lot of the earlier people in the Bible have had more than one wife. That King Solomon, a lot of prophets had more than one wife. That was a commonplace in the Old Testament. But never did you see the women, never has it been allowed for women of any of the three major world religions, Christianity, uh, what is that, Hebrew, Jews, or Muslims. None of those three major religions is it allowed for women to have more than one husband. And the reason being is because women carry the seed. So if you have more than one husband, then you wouldn't know who fathered your child. And paternity is a big part of lineage. And lineage is a big part of the Bible and who begat who. And if you don't know who your baby's daddy is in those times, you wouldn't know who begat who and who's going to be the new leader of the tribe or the kingdom, or who's going to have the right to your property. And back then, property and lineage, all of that was everything. That's who you were. So Hotshot is back. So we're going to tune into the audio. Hopefully I didn't bore you guys. Hotshot?
You hear me? You hear me?
I
Hello?
can hear you now.
Oh man, this is a headache. I'm sorry, y'all. And thank you for hosting. Yo, this is a headache. I'm gonna have to do this from my phone to the microphone. So
Okay, cool. That's how I do it on my channel. You guys, listen, please don't bash me too bad because I just got on YouTube 2 months ago and started creating content. All right. So I'm new to this game, but I just want to bring you what we know, what I know. And I don't know it all. So if you have anything to add, and if I'm incorrect about anything, please feel free to correct me. I'm always teachable. Go ahead, Hotshot.
absolutely. All right, here we go, yo.
An educated black man. A black man who doesn't feel inferior to white men. A black man who doesn't even see white men as a threat. Never crosses his mind because he makes more money than an average white man. Because he was built different. Hold on. Wait a minute. Jasmine, I'm gonna need you on the mic to fill it, child. I'm gonna need a DJ. I'm gonna need a DJ.
Oh my
Let me
God,
pull
I
this
take it.
so we can decipher this. Now,
Your time, church.
according to my sources from inside of the facility, okay, a statement was given by Polite, the mother, and the child. Three sides to a story. The truth is somewhere in the middle, correct? Now, yesterday we read Defending Noah before anybody else had the information. Couldn't even figure out why. And the victim's mother were dating for over a year, which is true, okay? At approximately 0 hours, Defendant Noah requested that the victim's mother allow him to take the victim, who is 14, to an after party in order for him to speak to her and mend the relationship between mother and daughter. Let's just put this on the table. They never had a bad relationship, ever. This is Mr. Nowak, Mr. Pedialyte's side of the story. This is what he told the popos. This is what he told the little girl after he managed to convince the mom to allow him to walk her to the lobby while she continues to get dressed. Now, the real story is there was supposed to be no club. No child was supposed to be in the club, nor has her child ever been in the club. This is a little girl who is still a virgin, who has never had as much as a boy
You ever
kiss
wondered
her.
what actors and
But then
actresses
she got
do
this
when
put
they
in
have
her
to get
mouth.
shit
This was
really
her first
fast
kiss.
for a movie?
Yeah, not the wine. I'm sorry, not the wine. His dirty pissy dick. Have you seen his teeth? Imagine what his dick looked like. And all the women that's on his page that he's sharing it with surely got a vast number of different HPV strains, allegedly. Now, just don't be up there talking about, now, so the lie he told was to the police was that he wanted to mend the relationship between the mother and the daughter, so he convinced the mom to allow him to talk to the little girl. Now, if you're trying to mend a relationship, why are you offering to take the little girl to the club? Okay. Now, the real story is they had been traveling for a long time on the road with a group of people. Okay. A lot of women, some men, and he was one of them. The little girl traveled everywhere her mother went. She didn't leave her daughter while she.
I'm sorry, I gotta stop this here because this part of the story has me a little bit baffled. Like, how is he taking? How old wasn't she 14?
She was 14 years old. Okay. Now, according to what Tasha K is reading, but she's doing a lot of ad lying to it. She's adding it. She's the part that she added in. Listen to her
Per usual.
commentary. Listen to how sick Tasha K, in my opinion, sound. She said this girl was a virgin. She's never been kissed, but her first kiss was his dick. Why
Mm-mm-mm.
the fuck would you? And I'm sorry for curse. Why would you say something like that in relation, like just for the sake of trying to be comical? Is that really the time to insert some type of comic relief? Her first kiss
Right.
was his penis. Not only are you disparaging the victim, but you are sexualizing a 14-year-old. Is already being sexualized, okay, and victimized. And you thought that that was appropriate to say her first kiss was a dick. You're trash, trash, okay? You're trash. And the only
Absolutely. I
reason
agree.
why we're using this is because some part of it we can decipher that may be true because she was reading from the video you can see. And I don't give her my click or my view. But this was something that I had to look into because I plan on doing a show about it. So I need to be informed. And because she said she was given this from somebody inside the actual precinct, which I doubt. I think what she did, what anybody could do, is pay for a goddamn police report.
Right.
And that's just my opinion. But she's reading a police report off of her phone. But you can see her phone at some point in the video, which tells me it doesn't look like a form. It looks like a series of texts. Somebody texted her that information. But I digress. If you want to continue to play it, you can. But one of the situations which she's talking about is saying, because a lot of people are asking, how did he get her daughter to that hotel, or why would she allow her daughter to be taken to an after party? That wasn't what was allowed, according to what Tasha K has reported. It's reported that the mom was getting dressed at one particular place. There were people downstairs, which makes me think that it was a hotel. The people downstairs, it was a group of people downstairs. Mind you, he has more than one wife. So the
Mm.
other wives, I'm assuming, were downstairs in the lobby or downstairs somewhere in the hotel getting something to eat. Now, there's
Wow.
other content creators saying that time of night, who's getting dinner that time of night? Now, we've all been in party cities, or we've all been in situations where we might have been out late at night past 12 o'clock, and you will go have dinner or a early breakfast. Everybody go to IHOP after the club. So to those people who are saying who gets dinner at 3 o'clock in the morning or something to eat 3 o'clock in the morning, it happens. That's why places are open that time of night. And mind you, if you're talking about Miami or Florida, where I don't know if that's where it was, but if you're talking about that particular state, because I think that's where it was in Miami, if I'm not mistaken. That place is like New York. It's places open all night to get something to eat. Okay. So they were downstairs. The woman was getting dressed. The polite asked the woman, could he take the daughter? Because she was protective over her daughter. And according to this report, the mom and the daughter was not going through no type of uh discommunication or whatever. They weren't going through a tough time, and he was trying to, because that is his story. His story, according to some reports, are saying that he just wanted to talk to the little girl because her and her mother were going through a tough time in their
Yeah,
relationship.
he was arrested in Miami, just to clarify that.
Okay, so I'm not mistaken. Okay, great.
Correct.
So
You're right.
Miami, they're in Miami. So, like Tasha K said, according to the report, the mom was getting dressed. For those who weren't wondering, why would the mom let him take her to a after party? That wasn't the case. He was supposed to be taking her downstairs to the lobby with the other group of women who were getting something to eat, according to the report. But the people, when they got downstairs, the people weren't in the lobby, or I don't know if they were in the lobby or if they were at a particular restaurant. All we know is that Polite proceeded out of the hotel and drove the little girl to another hotel. That was his way to get that girl away from her mother. And predators know the opportune moment to have with someone. to get them alone. If the mother was as protective as we think that she is of her daughter, because she was like, no, no, I'm coming. And then she was like, okay, you can take her down the lobby because she was still getting dressed. She thought he was just taking her to the lobby. They got out of that hotel and went to another location. He claims that he went to the club and the club was closed. So that's why he went to the hotel. He then texts the mother and says the club was closed, something. Tasha is going to explain what was exactly said. So he winds up getting a hotel. Now, call me crazy, but if I go to a destination and they are closed, I'm going back to my destination of origin. Nothing in my mind says, hey, let me go to another hotel and book a room when I already got a room at another hotel that I just came from.
Just him saying, "Oh, I try to go to the club. Now I'm going to the hotel." Just it sounds off. Why would
It
you
sounds
trying to
off.
go to the club when you have this little girl that initially you were trying to get something to eat for? Why are
Right.
you now trying to go to a club and you have this little girl in your possession, um, or you're the guardian for this child right now? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Oh,
And
thank
now,
you.
why is there a second hotel room being rented?
Absolutely. A second hotel room. Why are you going from one hotel where the mother is getting dressed and then you say, oh, the club is closed. We're going to another hotel. So he books the hotel. They're in the room. And you guys are going to hear the rest of the audio if you guys can actually take that fucking octave of Tasha's annoyance voice. But um they go to the hotel room and they're drinking alcohol. They're
Hmm.
drinking alcohol. The woman, the young girl, the 14-year-old becomes woozy. It is alleged that he spiked the drinks. So she's
Wow.
coming now in and out of consciousness. As she's coming in and out of consciousness, she sees different things as she's coming in and out of consciousness. At one point, she sees him unbuckling his pants. Then he starts dancing in front of her. The next thing she knows, she is, being violated orally by him.
Hmm.
Then she falls back into out of consciousness, and the report says he began to wake her. I guess he was scared because she was passed out for a period of time, and maybe he thought she OD'd on whatever was given to her. He begins waking her up and then making her throw up. She said when she woke up that last time, he was making her throw up.
Wow.
And so it's another person on YouTube who is saying that sounds like he's trying to save her life. That sounds to me like he's trying to make sure, she's okay by making somebody throw up if they ingested something that was toxic. Well, who gave her something that was toxic? Why would she give herself something that was toxic? Why would a grown man be drinking with a 14-year-old girl, period? There are content creators right now on YouTube that have videos up that is saying that that little girl brought the alcohol to the damn hotel, that are saying that she forced herself on him. These are grown black men that are saying these things
Wow.
about
That's
this
sick.
14-year-old. I've
That's sick.
seen the videos. I couldn't believe it. This is how cult like. This is why I say, and I'm not saying a blanket statement. I'm not trying to give, the good intended people in the conscious community a bad name. I'm saying this to the people who are condoning, okay, who are saying that this man is innocent until proven guilty. Mind you, his first arrest in this particular instance was in February. February, he was arrested initially for the allegation. Then in June came the DNA warrant. June
Hmm.
came the DNA warrant. After the DNA was taken and tested, that's why he was arrested this week. Because the DNA came back that it was his DNA that was found on her mouth, on her face, on her shirt, on her pants, and wherever else it was discovered on that little girl.
Wow.
And there are people still saying I don't know where she got the condom from, where the mother got the condom from to frame him.
Mm.
I don't know what the mother did or why she would even allow her daughter to be taken to an after hour party. Well, do you really think that he was taken? Well, first of all, what establishment is going to allow a 14-year-old in any type of regular party, let alone an
Right.
after hour party? Because usually after hour parties are usually typically illegal. So therefore is a
Right.
selective group of people that's allowed to even fucking come in. So do you think that they're really jeopardizing their establishment for a 14-year-old,
Exactly.
especially with no ID? So let's just
Exactly.
get that story right out our heads. So for those content creators that are trying to, grown ass black men with children are defending his behavior, either you are yourself a predator or you have those deviant proclivities, or or you're just that dull that you cannot see through your groupie eyes. Grown ass
Mm.
men, you're groupies. You're waiting backstage to canoodle with Poor Light.
Mm-mm-mm. This is bad. See, a lot of people they're quick to say, "Well, no, this person, I can't believe this person will be capable of doing such a heinous crime or committing such a." You know what I'm saying? These be the first people. I don't put nothing past no damn celebrity. Um, I actually feel like a celebrity is more capable of anything, more than the regular civilian is capable of something. And I feel this way because they no one really knows what it feels like to be a celebrity unless you're in that position,
Right,
right? But
right.
I'm almost sure. I mean, look how people bug out and kill over a little or nothing. So
Yup.
imagine how a celebrity feels when they're rich, famous, and powerful. Imagine how airheaded and how gassed up they get. It's a whole different, sense of aura for them. It's a ecstasy for them. You know what I'm saying? They feel they can get away with murder. They really feel this. Like
Absolutely.
a lot of them really feel like this. And it's because
Absolutely.
of the elites that they're surrounded with, the elites they work under, and they see how these people get away with murder. So they feel like, okay, wait, this is my boss. This person pays my cuts me a check every week. This is who
Absolutely.
I could get away with it too. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to
Uh-huh.
celebrities, I really or people in the spotlight, like big names, I really don't put it past them.
Uh-huh. And that's
And I
what I'm saying about these concrete content creators. Even with the Nicki Minaj story and Jen. Oh,
right,
Nicki would never. Nicki would never. You don't know this woman. You just know the persona and the gimmick that Young Money made her into be.
right,
Because that wasn't even her persona when she originally came out. So you don't even know who Nicki Minaj is because Nicki Minaj don't even know who Nicki Minaj is. She's a 40-year-old personality that dress up like and imitates a Martell. What's that? Mattel action
Mattel
figure.
Barbie doll.
I mean, so like, do she
Uh,
really know who she is? We don't know who these people are behind closed doors, and we
word.
only know, what they show us to the public. But I wanted to address one of the comments to Miss Brown, who says that she investigates, stories of child abuse every day. I'm a mandate reporter as well. Yes, it does. The story seems disjointed because it's two versions that's being given simultaneously. Okay, in some of the cases that we're speaking of, it's his version. She's speaking on, okay, this is what Polite has said. This is what we know Polite said. But it kind of runs together because she's talking about it in no type of real order. She's not saying, "Oh, I'm gonna give you the victim's side first, and then I'm gonna give you the mother's side first." She said, "We have Polite's version, we have the victim's version, and we have the mother's version, and
Right,
somewhere in the middle is the truth." Regardless of any side, there's no reason that she should, one, have drugs in her system. There's no reason, two, she should have alcohol in her system. There's no reason, three, she should have semen in her mouth, on her clothes, on her face, on her body that came from a grown ass man. No reason. And four, There's no reason she should have been at a hotel with a grown ass man either. And mind you, it would have to be an adult to book the room. So I don't care if they are saying that she, I heard some people say that, oh, she was promiscuous, oh, she's a fast teen, and she was putting herself, and
Wow.
this don't even seem like this was the first situation, because she was okay with going into the hotel room with him. When you're being preyed upon and you are in a situation where you might have been groomed, who knows if this was the first situation? All I
Right.
know is that their text messages can be confirmed. So if you have any doubt that the mother was being protective, that too will soon be revealed. We don't know at this point. We only know what Trasha K is reporting from the police report. But from that document alone, there are some things that we can all agree should not have happened had he not been up to some nefarious behavior. Can we all agree on that?
Right.
Yes, there are going to be holes in the story because we don't have the whole story. We only have whatever that police officer decided to, put in a report, or whatever the person who was reporting the story could remember at the time, which can, differ sometimes, because you could be in a shock, you could have PTSD. Some things can be remembered after a situation, you know. So, no, we don't have the whole story, but we have a lot of it that we know definitively should not have happened with a child.
Right. Absolutely. It's so crazy because we live in a world where people online, especially, just have an opinion, just to have something to say. Whether it's hurting other people's feelings, tearing people down, they really don't care. They just want to have something to say. So it's sad to see this go on because if the mom wasn't to take up for the daughter, or even expose this, and let's say the daughter was claiming sexual assault or the
Right.
R word, um, then the mom would have been sticking up for the husband. Everybody would have been bashing the mom. Oh, you're
Everybody
such
would
a
have been
bad
bashing the
mom.
mom. Everybody.
You know what
So
I'm
so
saying?
so let me ask this to this comment, Yamara Brown. The mom isn't innocent. Okay. Okay, let's say the mom isn't innocent. Does that take away from semen being on that little girl? Does
Mm,
that does that make Polite any less guilty of violating a child? You're saying that to say what exactly? And I'm not, trying to attack you, but I'm saying this to say, even if the mom, because no, there's no perfect victim, there's no perfect situation to be assaulted. So let's say the mom isn't innocent. Now what? Does that
right.
deflect or take away from that minor being in a hotel room with a grown ass man?
Absolutely not.
So when we say things like that, we have to keep in mind, what is the focus? What should be the focus of what we're talking about? Is it the mother? Is it placing blame on the mom? Maybe the mom shouldn't have been with a shady individual in the first place. Maybe the mom shouldn't have been with a person who was previously accused of sleeping with his other stepdaughter. I can agree with that. But does that take away from his culpability? So I just need to let's keep the focus on where it belongs. The 14-year-old shouldn't be going to a club. That's true. But who's to say, according to the mother, according to the police report, she was only supposed to be going to the lobby. Now, most people, even the most protective parent, would say, well, damn, well, am I tripping? Why can't he go take her to the lobby? His camera's off this place. Who would have thought that somebody, after you telling me you going to the lobby, you wind up at a goddamn hotel? I wouldn't have expected that.
Right. Some people are saying, brown skinned lady says the mom failed to protect her child. There are bad moms out there who don't keep their children safe. Polite is guilty as hell. This is true. Um, a lot of people are giving the mom some blame. I feel like there's certain things the mom ain't really disclosing at the moment.
Probably not.
It's
And she
You know what I'm
probably saw
saying?
some signs too. I'm not saying that.
Exactly.
I'm not
Absolutely.
even
I feel
saying
like
that she's not at fault. But hindsight is always 2020. But I can tell you one thing that
right.
the mom did that tells me she can care. She cares for that child. She immediately took her when she found out that they were at a hotel. She immediately took her child to the hospital.
Absolutely.
Not like the other woman who she filed the initial report and then, but in polite, told the mother, please don't do this. It's going to ruin my career. The previous situation, charges was dropped. So we don't know what happened. We don't know if polite and the lady left him, but she didn't press any charges. She dropped the charges. Now, who knows if there was any evidence? She could have got discovered. She could have got intimidated. Who knows? But he could have even paid her off and she could have said, you know what? I'm just going to leave his ass, start over again. We don't
Right.
know. But what we do know is that he was accused previously. So, yeah, I'm not saying that the mom is innocent. I'm not saying the mom is a saint. But there are no perfect victims. Always keep that in mind. Because
Right.
that's just like saying, okay, the mom isn't innocent. Okay, well, what was the victim wearing at the time?
Exactly. Did she provoke this?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, she was promiscuous. You know, she was
Right.
known to sleep with the whole football team. I don't give a fuck if I slept with 1,000 Negroes, and if I said to the 1,005th one, no,
You didn't want to.
that's
You didn't want to
still rape.
consent to his sexual. Exactly. You could be at someone's wife, and if you say no, I don't feel like having sex today, hubby, and he continues to force you, that is rape.
Absolutely.
This is what people
Absolutely.
don't understand. This is forcing someone against their own will. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of who they are, they could be a prostitute, and this is what they do for a living. If they decided not to sell to you, you should not take that.
Exactly.
It's a
Absolutely.
stealing. You're
Absolutely.
stealing this woman's womanhood. But it's just is bad. It's horrible. I had a video I wanted to play for y'all, so you guys could make a judgment for yourselves. It's a video of Polite and Shanada having a conversation regarding the R word, sexual assault, and things of that nature, and regarding Bible scriptures and what it pertains to this subject. What pertains to the subject regarding the Bible scriptures? They were saying something about a scripture saying that you are allowed to rape, or someone was saying something in the scripture that it says you are allowed to
Hmm.
rape your wife or something like that. And I was just like, wait, what? What is going on?
Yeah. and
What is
and
going
and
on?
that's what I was talking about, hot shot. I said, okay, that can be a discussion because remember, I told you they love to debate about different things. But what was the purpose of bringing that up and talking about it at length as much as they did? What was the purpose? And then he put his own twist on it, and then at the end was going to call people goddess and goddesses, and that women. And then the woman started crying. I'm like, but you just had a whole discourse lecture about a rape, how it was allowed in the Bible. How is that like tear jerking?
Right.
How is that flattering in any way? But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, if I could play that video in a little bit, I'll play it. Some people want to know where can they find a police report. I'm gonna go ahead and continue playing Trashy K's video. I think she's gonna read the police report. I can't show it, but I could let you hear the audio.
In the street. Okay, her daughter was always with her. Now, when they got to a hotel in Miami, they got in, checked in, and the group was going to check in and go downstairs and have dinner in the lobby of the hotel. Okay, so there were women down there that this little girl knew that watched over her. Okay, this little girl has never been alone with Polite. I'm sorry, Pedialyte. That's what we're calling Pedialyte, pedophile.
But she could call him pedophile, but she can't call Kenneth Petty, petty foul.
With her mother. And nothing has ever even exchanged because the daughter is so close with her mother is the reason why all of this shit has just hit the fan the night it happened because he thought she was unconscious. Oh, let's hold on. Wait a minute. Let me go back. So Mom is tired. She says, listen, give me a second. Let me freshen up. Then we're going to go downstairs to eat. The little girl is like, I'm hungry, Mom. Please let me go downstairs. Pedialyte comes in the room and says, well, I could take her downstairs and get her something to eat. She's like, no, wait, I'm coming. He's like, listen, I'm just taking her downstairs to the lobby to give her to the other group. She's going to sit down and eat with the group, and we're going to wait for you to come down. This is what this motherfucker said. Okay? So the mom looked at the daughter and said, okay, downstairs. They get in the lobby. Oh, you know what?
Should we just go straight to the part where she talk about the police report? Because this woman talks a lot of trash. Hold on.
He's dancing. Sends the mom text messages to my, hey, we're at the club waiting for you. And she's like, what do you mean club? Bring my daughter home. What are you talking about? The group said they never seen the little girl. She didn't even come down to eat. This was his opportunity to finally do what he's always done. Jasmine, I said allegedly in the beginning, but we got it.
She was 16. Don't make me fucking. You heard her say she was.
What was going on?
No. All right, I'm quite sure you see the internet is lit up. People is talking crazy, and
yeah, I'm just.
At this time, he's giving her drinks, sweet drinks, that had 4 different drugs in the drink. She was drugged. There's another charge that's going to come down the pipe. Just wait for it. He ain't getting out. He ain't going to get out. He ain't even supposed to be out on bail. He's not. Wait for it. Okay? No. Act as if he's dancing. Sends the mom text messages to my, hey, we're at the club waiting for you.
I don't see what she reads the police report. Do you got that timestamp?
Well, when she's reading it on the phone, she was saying what the victim said, what the mom said.
Oh, I think I read so much. Let me see.
Well, yes, she's doing a lot of ad libbing, but when she's reading it from the phone, that is part of the report.
So that's what I read the police report to you yesterday, and basically it told a few different sides. Okay, now let me refresh this report. So basically, pull it up real quick so I can go ahead and fill in the blanks. Hold on.
Fill in the blanks mean to lie.
I am having fun. I was just appalled at the lives that I was watching. This bitch. I can't believe a man is married to a black man. An educated black man. A black man who doesn't feel inferior to white men. A black man who doesn't even see white men as a threat. Never crosses his mind because he makes more money than an average white man.
You know what? It might be in that
because he was
13-minute video. She might be reading the actual report and not doing all this ad libbing. Because it was only 12 minutes, I think. The video. And Brown and Miss Brown, the police report probably can be found if you go to the Miami-Dade, the city.
According to my sources from inside of the facility, okay? A statement was given by Polite, the mother, and the child. 3 sides to a story. The truth is somewhere in the middle, correct? Now, yesterday we read Defending Noah. Before anybody else had the information, couldn't even figure out why. And the victim's mother were dating for over a year, which is true, okay? At approximately 0 hours, defendant Noah requested that the victim's mother allow him to take the victim, who was 14, to an after party in order for him to speak to her and mend the relationship between mother and daughter. Let's just put this on the table. They never had a bad relationship. Ever.
Hotshot, they're saying in the chat that she actually reads the police report in the first video she did on Polite, where it says Polite was arrested. It was right before this video. The 12-minute video.
Brother Polite was charged. All right, in Miami last night. Hold on.
Thank you, chat. Thank you, people in the chat, because I grew tired. She takes me somewhere. She really takes me somewhere.
Yeah, I can't even concentrate when this woman's talking.
And she's so loud for no reason. That's insecurity talking. That's all insecurity.
A lot of bullshit. He's been feeding out
no substance.
I'm sorry to say, and he was charged with rape keeping his girlfriend, 14-year-old daughter, okay, in a hotel room. All right, now, and before you say, oh, they're just trying to take him down, no, they got his motherfucking semen. Now listen, I'm gonna read y'all what just came in on the transcript. Like I said, this is just breaking news. All right, we're gonna get into details more tomorrow. All right, so defending Noah, who is Brother Polite, 37, and the victim's mother, Arocho, who's 31, were dating for over a year. And on, I believe, 2021, at approximately 0 hours, defending Noah requested Mrs. Arocho, who is the mom to the daughter, to allow him to take the victim, who's known as TS, 14 years old, to an after party in order for him to speak to her and mend the relationship between mother and daughter. Okay? Defending Nowak and victim TS, who is the daughter, responded to, I guess, Club E11. Now, I'm reading it how it's put into the system. Okay, so that's what I have is a printed out report of what they have written down. So if it sounds off, it's because I'm reading it how they have. Okay, it sounds like the first 48 or some shit. Damn, I need some chapstick. Shit. Anyway, and so I guess they went to Club 11. It was on 29 Northeast 11th Street, Miami, Florida. Upon arriving, the club was closed. Defending Nowak and the victim TS went to a hotel room at 1100 West Avenue, Unit 319, Miami Beach, in order to wait for the new party location. While they were in his hotel room, the defendant Noah provided the victim, who was 14, with numerous alcoholic beverages in which she consumed. The victim, who's 14, stated that the defendant Noah started dancing and I guess touching her inappropriately all over her body, groping her, groping her thighs and her butt. And furthermore, the victim, who is his girlfriend's daughter, hold on, I'm almost forgetting where I'm reading. Okay. Stated that defendant Noah sat her on the bed as he pulled out his, and outside of his boxers, okay, shorts, underwear, while he grabbed her head and pushed it towards his genital area, and victim TS lost consciousness, okay? Now, he's supposed to be a conscious leader, and that little girl, okay. I'm telling y'all.
Notice how she thought that was.
He later awoke.
Right. A very insensitive one. Like, oh, man, this woman don't learn. She think everything's a game, a click and a view, a laughter. She laughs at people's hurts.
So we got the gist of it. And Brownie,
yeah.
His name, if you Google Polite's real name, is Noart. His name is it Michael Noart? Just Google Polite's real name. It's spelled Polight. Polite. Polite's real name. And then it will come up. It will come up, Miss Brown. And thank you, chat, for being so helpful and patient.
Yes, we appreciate you guys. I'm going to go ahead and drop the link for anybody that wants to come up here for the last few minutes and share your insights, your points of views, perspective, opinions, and thoughts on this whole situation.
Absolutely.
And let us know what you think, because this is a lot to take in. I'm pretty new to the conscious community, and it's crazy because one of the main points of me starting my channel was to kind of pretty much wake people up on certain topics when it came to the elites and these secret societies and stuff like that, hidden agendas. But I didn't even know about this conscious community. I've watched Young Pharaoh a few times, but now I'm starting to see that there's a lot of talk about him, negative talk, and I'm like, man, like, who can we? You know what I'm saying? Who can we?
Right. But it's because everybody's looking for a savior. But in that search, Black people need to keep in mind, nobody, it starts at home. Charity begins at home. That's one thing. And number two, hold people accountable. Hold their feet to the fire as you would, somebody who got a knockoff Chanel bag. Just because they spit in what you want to hear doesn't mean that they're not infallible, doesn't mean that they're not human. So even the best of us, Martin Luther King even had a mistress. I mean, come on. The people that we have as civil rights icons were not perfect people, but you take what you can take that's positive from these people and leave the rest. But pedophiles, you take nothing from them except their freedom.
Right. Oh yeah, I agree with Aya and Ja. I don't consider myself to be part of the conscious community either. I'm spiritual as well. I'm very spiritual, and I feel in my spirit that there's a higher satanic force at hand dealing with, in control of the world right now. So we all need Jesus. We all need God. You know what I'm saying? We're playing into their games, and we're pretty much
Absolutely.
sheep.
And
We're sheep.
keep in mind, when just as you know how when you catch your man cheating, they want to start talking about, oh, they missed their grandma. Oh, well, my mother wasn't never there for me when I was younger, and this is why now all of a sudden you want to open up. Well, that's exactly what Polite did in one of the recent videos. Instead of saying, this never happened or this is a misunderstanding or whatever the case may be, he started talking about my dad died on my birthday. Mind you, this was his birthday week. His birthday week, he chose to celebrate with a 14-year-old girl and have her alone in a hotel room. Okay. um Also, he talks about his dad dying on his birthday. He talks about how when he finally met his mother, she died 7 days later. All of this pity party, and then he starts showing his Rolls Royce and his Fendi sneakers. All of this deflection, which we've seen this with Nicki Minaj as well. All of this deflection to me points to guilt. It points to a diversion, a distraction, all of that stuff. So keep in mind when people do things like this and they don't address the things at hand, they are trying to distract you. They are trying to distance themselves from the act in which they know that they did. Serial killers sometimes do the same thing when they are faced with a picture of the murder scene. They look away or they start talking about something else. They try to distance themselves. So I would like for, like Hot Shot said, for anybody who has anything to add. And again, Sweet Mind for Life has a lot of content. Has this
Yes,
topic and the things that Polite has said out of his own mouth, which is incriminating. And
definitely go
so,
for
hmm
life.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I
Yeah,
don't think
all
I'm
about the
going to do a
trees.
live tonight.
Yeah,
I'm
you
going to
should.
do it
You pretty
tomorrow.
much did your life right now. You did it
Yeah.
right now. But thank you. I appreciate that, man. You spit a lot of gems. You dropped a lot of jewels, and you know what I'm saying. Shed light on a lot of knowledge, a lot of things that go um, unseen and just get swept under the rug when it comes to a lot of these situations. So it's always
Yep.
a pleasure to have you and spread this knowledge. Um, a lot of people that
Yeah.
is watching could agree with a lot of things you said. I know I could, and I feel like we need to speak about it. We need to hear it more, and we need to expose these people that are in power. You know what I'm saying? These celebs, these
Mm-hmm.
public figures, whoever it is, YouTubers. What this is really the year of exposing because it's crazy. Like there's so many. It's back to back. There's so many things going on.
Yes.
Different people.
Yes. A lot of
Uh,
people are being exposed.
a lot
Polite
of
was
people.
also exposed for not being a real estate developer of that crate initiative. I think that took place in Ohio. He said he was raising money. Okay, he got a lot of money from investors thinking that he was the spearheader of that low income housing initiative where they were using shipping crates to make apartment complex, right, for the disadvantaged people of Ohio. Well, the spokesperson for that project came out and said that he is not associated nor have ever been associated with that project, and he actually made money off of something that was not he did not have any part of.
New York Peeps, I see you backstage, but it says that you need to connect your mic before you can get added
Oh,
to the
great, we
studio.
have somebody.
Yeah,
i
New
wish
York
i
Peeps,
wish
but I
somebody i,
can't.
I wish more people would click the link.
Yeah, y'all can't be shy, man. Stop being shy. I know a lot of you got something to say, so
Cause
Now's the
y'all
time.
chatty Cathy's in it. Y'all got the chat lit. So I know y'all got something to say.
You know, even if you disagree with the topic or with anything that was said today, definitely come up here and share that as well. We want to hear it. Um,
Or somebody mentioned Jaguar Wright. Oh man, I pray for her. I hope that she's getting the help that she needs because the YouTube streets are saying that she's in Las Vegas panhandling. I
not
hope.
panhandling.
Yeah, man. I mean, I pray
Oh,
for her.
okay.
I pray for her. She's been through a lot.
Wow, Jaguar Ray was telling us about these conscious fuckers for about a year, and people called her crazy. She's not so crazy now, huh? Wow.
Absolutely, Miss Jackson.
Yeah, that was Miss Jackson's comment. Um, Mitch Babe says this is scary. Down white people treat their fucked up leaders like this. He just need to go under the bridge, t-
Taking
taking
more
more
eye.
and DOIG. That's pedophilia crap. Listen, uh, man, I'm telling you, I can't agree anymore. This shit is so crazy. It's sickening how these people, and these be the people. That's why they be preaching that shit where they're allowed to have multiple wives and shit like that because they like to justify their behavior. They're planting a seed ahead of time. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Justify why they do these things, and
Mm-hmm.
this is this is sick.
And he's a
I
prime
can't-
example of a cornball with money. Like it looked like he puts on all of his name brand clothes all at once. Like he's very classless. He has the gift the gab, and typically when people are well read or well versed, they have an allure to them that they might command an audience. But he's been out in the conscious community for over 15 years.
wow.
Just as we have seen Kenneth Petty victimized. I know that he has more victims as well.
Mm.
I know he has more victims because how can you be that comfortable after violating somebody that you stay at the place that the crime was committed and you didn't he didn't think that the cops was coming to get him. So that tells me he had a certain level of comfortability that he probably did this to other people because
Allegedly,
we
but you
all
might
know
be right.
how he gets people at bus stops. Even Nicki Minaj herself said she was at a bus stop when he approached her.
Right.
The other victim that doesn't want to be named, that approached her, she was at a bus stop. So I'm saying that these predators, they get comfortable in their predatory behavior because a lot of times the victims do stay quiet.
Right. And
Sad.
because of things like this, the backlash from media, social media, from people all over, people in their neighborhoods, they get this backlash and they get this bad reputation. They get called a liar and all kinds of stuff. And this is why a lot of people don't speak out. New York peeps keep saying devices are not connected. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to bring you up on here, but
Frey Knight said he was late to the chat. Does Polite have a religious background? I just heard about the case. Well, Polite subscribes to no religion. He is an atheist, but then he calls Dr. York his God. So to me, that's an oxymoron because if you are an atheist, you believe in no God. Um, and so I don't know, but I do know that he ascribes to Egyptology. But the basis of all of these Pan African Hebrew um, cult leaders are either Islamic in nature. They start off with the basis of Islamic with the polygamy, and then they venture off into Hebrew or Judaism. Okay, they mix it in with Judaism, paganism. It's like basically a
there we
more
go.
so.
Yamara.
Okay, great, great.
All right, we got somebody backstage.
Jag isn't on IG anymore.
Welcome, Yamara.
Hey, y'all can hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
we can.
Hello.
How are
Hi.
you?
I'm good. I'm good. I just wanted to chime in just for a minute.
Great.
I wanted to say that when it come down to Brother Polite, he is guilty. I mean, in order for them to, there was an investigation done, from what I know, and he had to come in and give his DNA. After
Mm,
giving his DNA, he was arrested. That means that he is guilty. Now
mm,
we understand how the courts work. You know, you're innocent until proven guilty, but he was charged, and they have his DNA. So with him, he's guilty. The only thing that I was saying about the mom is this: I was a victim at the age of 12. At 12 years old, my godfather, who I was living with at the time, was taking me away from the house, taking me to the swap meet where he would go sell his music, his items, or whatever. And he began to molest me. I did
mm.
not
So,
find out until I was 30 that my mom knew about it.
wow,
And before my mother died, we had a heart to heart. And that's when I learned that she knew all the time. Me as a mom,
wow.
I have two
I'm
girls.
so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, thank you. It takes a lot of healing. So when I hear stuff like this, it gets me angry. It's like you relive this stuff all over again. So when it comes
Absolutely.
down to mothers, I'm very
I
hard on
agree.
mom because I'm a mom. And my daughter, I divorced her dad and I remarried, and she was at the age maybe 10. I have two girls. She told me that my ex-husband, you know, she felt as if he was looking at her in a way that he was undressing her. And I watched that for a while. Okay. As a mother who been through it, do y'all not know that I divorced him just for that reason?
That's what's
As
up.
you should.
I divorced him for that reason. So what I'm saying when I talk about this young lady, this 14-year-old mom, number one, your daughter is 14. She have no business leaving out your sight with any man.
I agree.
And why would your daughter be going to a club? I live here in Miami. Club 11, I love Club 11. That's the titty bar. You go there, you have a good drink. A lot of celebrities, you know, come in and out and they ID you. Okay. So the reason why I'm asking about the story and the reason I believe a lot of polite followers are saying,
Uh
you
huh.
know, that it's a setup because why would any mother allow their 14-year-old daughter to be in the presence of a man at night? Whether he
Mm.
was going to talk to her, take her to an after party, that is a big no-no.
But that's
You,
if
you
we
feel
going
like the
to
mother.
believe. That's if we going to believe his version of events. There's another version of events that says the mother was getting dressed, and he asked, "Can he take her down to the lobby with the other group of
Right.
women?"
But where did that come from?
They are. He's known to have more than one wife.
No, no, I understand that, but I'm saying where did the other story come from saying the mother was um getting dressed?
From the mother. Well, they both said, Polite and the mother said that she was getting dressed. But Polite version of events would make the mother look bad, in a bad light. His version of events blames the mother, period. Because if you listen to what he said the mother and daughter was going through a spat. So he took the daughter away to to go to an
To
after party.
alleviate things,
To
make
yeah, to
things
make
calm down.
yes, for the tensions to calm down. That doesn't make any sense because, like
No.
you said, what and like I said earlier too, what any type of a person or place that's an after hour involves adult activity. Nobody's allowing no 14-year-old, so his story doesn't make any sense. What
Correct.
what seems more plausible is that the mother was getting dressed. Why would you? Why would you? I want you to leave me and go to a goddamn club without me, and I'm getting dressed. It seems more plausible that he was going in the hotel lobby with the other people who were waiting downstairs for her to get dressed. That seems more plausible. And
But
the
where did we
mother,
hear the mother's side? Did we hear the mother say this, or did we hear Tasha K say
well,
that she
she
talked
was
to the mother?
allegedly reading from a report that the mother is giving her version of events.
Right.
Okay,
The
okay,
police report. Yeah.
Yup,
okay.
yup.
I want to commend you, Yamara, because we need more moms like you. By the way, I'm
Yeah.
Absolutely.
really sorry that
Yes.
you
Absolutely. And I want to
you
congratulate
experienced.
you on surviving.
Well, thank you. I mean, it's not easy, and I feel like a lot of women, you know, we ignore all the red flags.
I
You
have a
know,
question. Yeah, Mara, when you found out that he was like getting fresh with your daughter, when you questioned him, what was his stance?
I just watched him.
Oh,
I watched him. She said, "Pay attention when he come around." So that's what I did. I started paying attention. And then when I asked him, of course he denied it. He was like, "No." And he came to me. He was like, every time your daughter come around me, he was like, she always act kind of, fidgety. So both of them was coming telling me different things. And because of my experience, one thing that
yeah.
I learned, and I would tell every mother this: if you are with someone that is not your kid's father, or even your children's father, you have to be very careful. When they start telling you about the things, the negative things that your children are doing, that's the number one sign.
Yes,
Yeah.
they try to alienate the child from you so that y'all can have tension. But then for the child, they act like they're saving them from your punishment. That's a part of the grooming process. When
So
I
do you
I was
guys?
5 years
Oh,
old when I was violated.
oh my god. So like, do you guys think
Sorry
it
to
was
hear
some
that.
type of gross negligence on the mother's
Oh no,
regard,
you're
or
going out.
huh?
We can't hear you, hun.
I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I was saying, do you think that it was some type of gross negligence on the mother's regard by her even letting her go with
I
polite,
wouldn't
or
say gross negligence because gross negligence means that
she was aware?
it wasn't with an adequate amount of guidance or supervision. It was adequate in regards to unless she knew previously that he was a pedophile. Now
That's what I'm trying to figure out,
I'm not
because
sure what her knowledge
that's
was.
been that's been a rumor since like 20. I think they said like 2014 or something like that, with the girl, the wife named Rafiki. What's her name? The one that ran away from her mother, and she was
Yes.
15 or 14, and she's married to him, but she's not with him no more. I believe she's back in Haiti.
Now listen, that situation, now that was a third situation. I forgot to tell you guys about that. It's another girl that he called his daughter.
Yep.
He called his daughter, and she was a runaway. She was a runaway, and he took her in as his daughter. But then there was another girl whom he married, and she is filmed in interviews on Sweet Mind's channel saying that when
Right.
they got together, she was 16 or 17.
Okay, and then have you heard about that guy Crypto, the one that he scammed out of $150,000? Um, there's some footage on there that was displayed on Sweet Ma's panel the other night. She was going hard. Like overnight, Friday and Saturday. I mean, I went to sleep and woke up, and it's just so much
Oh yeah,
stuff
she
that's
was. I
on
was on
there.
one of those panels. I was on one of those
I
panels,
think you
and
came up and spoke, huh? You got, and that guy kept getting fresh with you. Like, oh my goodness, it was
oh, the guy
crazy.
kept interrupting me, so I just, just made an
Yeah,
honorable
girl, I was
avoidance.
triggered. I was so triggered. I
Are
was like, I
y'all
can't
aware
even.
that that guy is dead?
He
What?
what?
Yeah, the one that he scammed out of
Oh yeah, yeah.
150,000
He died. Yeah, he had a heart
asthma
attack
attack.
slash asthma attack. Yeah,
What?
yeah. He died last month of July 15th.
Oh my god!
I'm just getting my foot into the spiritual community. And I would tell
Hmm.
everyone this: when it come down to anything concerning spiritual or the church, you got to know yourself first.
Yes,
Yep.
You really don't need to connect with people, but information is out there. So I kind of like go around to different groups just to hear. And it was
Yeah.
this one lady who was talking about Brother Polite a whole year ago about some things that he was doing. So now we moving forward into this year. She made another video stating the same thing. And she was saying, because this woman is a medium, and she
Mm.
said that as she was listening to the guy who
Are
was,
you a medium?
am I a medium?
Yes.
No, my daughter is.
Oh, that's the feeling I
Oh.
was getting. Okay.
Yeah, my daughter is. Now I tap in, but I tell them don't talk to me. But
I'm
yeah.
Yeah.
not a medium, but I can feel certain things. But yeah, go ahead.
Well, this lady,
Are you
she
talking about a? Yeah, you talking about her?
AKT.
Yeah,
Oh yes, yes.
yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my girl. But what she was saying was, as she was doing her recording and she was listening to him, he began to speak and he was saying some things about Brother Polite. And
Uh,
so when it come down to it, I truly believe if you just look at Brother Polite, you could see, that there's some type of spirit in operation.
oh yes,
Mhm.
yes.
Mhm.
There is
And it's so much
definitely a
so,
deceiving
it's
spirit.
so much so, it's coming, it takes form in his physical form. It's
Yes,
not just
Yes.
spiritual. You can see whatever that is possessing him is so strong that he's just basically a puppet and they're pulling his strings.
Him and
not
absolutely.
Umar
not saying
Johnson.
that he's not accountable for what he's doing, but their personality, the personality of that entity, like how Sasha Fierce takes Beyonce. I
Right.
can
Right.
see when I was younger, a lot of old folks would always say that I was born with a veil lifted. Like it's not
Mm.
that I can see people and what they do without
Right.
knowing them.
Uh huh.
Yes,
Yeah.
And
because you know what? You are an empath. And what happened is when you see people or you go around people, you could pick up on their energy.
Yep.
yes, yes, yes,
And
yes, and
so
I can
that's
do
what
it
you
by
pick up.
looking at pictures too.
Right. I never got into Brother Polite because when I would click on his videos, he
You
was
felt
talking, but his
something.
face was saying something else.
Oh
Yep,
my God. Ugh.
yep.
And
But see,
because of where I've been in my life, because I was a victim, when I'm around men who have those type of ways, those characteristics, I pick up on it very strongly.
yes,
Wow.
I pick up on it
yes,
strongly.
And okay, so did you hear about he was saying that the girls was walking around in their underwear and stuff and he thought that Polite was like trying to set him up or something, like try to have the girls
yes.
sleep with him or
I
something. He
saw
got the
that.
hell up out of there.
Yep, when he was
I was
sleeping on
just
the
like,
lights
are you
couch, and he would
serious?
have his daughters and the other people walking around in their underwear. He
And
wanted
that's
to
not
test them to
appropriate
see
at
if they
all.
were like souls. That's what he was doing. Because if
Oh
they
my
were
God.
like souls, then he would have a partner in crime. A lot of pedophiles or predators like to have partners because then it's like an organized crime. They can do
Right.
stuff together, and then you can't tell on me, and I can't tell on you.
Well, what that medium also exposed is that he's into like some deep, deep, deep sex trafficking, like
Oh yeah, I
cross
can see that.
country.
I can see
You know what I
that.
mean? Flying girls out and they're all underage.
Yeah, I can see that. I
And
can
some
see
of
that
them are
because that
runaways.
explains his constant line of money. Because mind you, the other guy had put out that he rents everything. All of those
Right.
properties are not his. The man in California says he knows they run in the same circle. He knows Mayweather and everything. He says that Polite's his vehicles are loans by
Rented. Yeah.
Zionist Jews
But that's how he
of
make
Bel
his
Air.
money.
Yeah, by
You know,
renting
you
out the
you give the people
vehicles.
a show.
But you know what? I live out in the LA area. It's all about fake it till you make it. You know what I mean? So these dudes that's
Exactly.
following him and they thinking that, he busting like that or whatever. He not busting like that. It's all fake. You know what I
That's
mean?
what
And whatever
everybody keeps
scam,
saying.
I wouldn't be surprised if they don't get him for the PPP. You know what I mean? So
Oh
I'm
yeah.
serious. I mean, he need to quit
Getting
fronting
a lot
too.
of people for that PvP. I'm telling you.
Well,
Man,
Kenneth Petty, they're coming with their clipboards, honey, because
yeah, he
we
got
all
thirty
know.
thousand dollars, right?
No, he got
I believe
10.
it was 10.
Um,
Oh, okay.
he got two $10,000 loans.
Mm.
And two $10,000 loans, that number just stands out to me because that was one of the amounts that Jen was offered was 20,000. So that kind of
Oh.
Mhm.
Oh my
Sure.
goodness.
Are you saying he was going to try to pay her without Nikki's money?
I think
He
so. I
probably was
think he
doing all
was
that
trying to
behind
trick
her
off her.
back.
Yeah, he was trying to
Oh,
trick it off
yeah.
that way. In my opinion, but I'm just saying
And
because
gas her
a
up.
multi-millionaire. A multimillionaire don't need $20,000.
No,
Oh,
they
let me borrow
don't.
the $20,000.
So that's
Let me
why
borrow
people
the
like to keep a
$20,000
knife in
and
their cup.
take the half a mil from Nikki and pocket
Right,
that shit.
Man.
right.
Allegedly.
when
Allegedly.
when we talk about them, I was listening to Tasha K when she broke I think the Brother Polite story. I really don't listen to her because she's too loud.
Right.
Right.
But
Yep.
and I won't even subscribe,
Not
but
you.
I caught that. And what she said concerning the petty, she said that she didn't like him. However, she know that he was innocent because Jen's family members came and said that Jen was lying, right?
Uh-huh.
So I
Well, you
was in the
girl,
chat
you
and I
gotta
was
go
like,
back and watch Hot Shot from the beginning.
So what did you say? You said you was in the chat. What did you
I
say?
was in the chat and I said, so Tasha, that means that when your family members came, your stepsisters were saying that your mom gave their dad a disease, a
Yep.
life-threatening disease. So
HIV.
that means that we should believe them too.
Right.
Mhm.
Whoa.
Come on,
Good
we
Right.
one.
cannot, bro. I don't like her because she victim shame and she only does it because of Nikki.
Because Nikki
Right.
personally reached out to her.
If you notice that Tasha K used to talk about coming and having some type of Apple contract. Well, I have
Yep.
celebrities backing me, but because Nikki no longer have that Apple contract, you
Yep.
never hear Tasha talk about the contract.
Well,
Nope.
she retracted and was trying to get Jen's attention. When evidence was being shared.
She didn't retract. What she said was, "Come on my show. If what I'm saying is not true, come on and interview with me." That's what she
Right.
was saying. She ain't retract shit because I got the video and I happen to have sent it to the lawyers already. So please don't take it down, Tasha K, because I already sent it to Mr. Tyrone
Oh
Maxwell.
shit.
Um, and I want you to know I sent it because it's going to have, yeah, yeah.
At least
So
I ain't have to send it.
yeah,
Right.
the video said that Kenneth Petty victim is a hoax. Receipts inside, published 8 months ago,
Yep.
where
Mhm.
she not only was victim shaming but said that the victim is lying, that is not the victim, and she know by direction of Nikki and other inside sources that that is not the victim. I actually spoke with the victim, she says, and the
Wow.
victim says that is not her. Then in
Mm-mm.
another video, she puts out Jen's government name. Okay.
Right.
When previously she was going by Sue. Hotshot and Nosy Ho live when they were interviewing her. She wasn't showing her face yet. It was just an
Nope.
audio. They were calling her Sue.
Right. And
So I
remember before
mhm.
then they did I actually thought Jen was a white girl until I heard her on Hot Shot Radio due to Tasha K and Nicki
Right.
Minaj.
Right,
Because that was the narrative they're trying to spin.
Right.
right. And
Hmm.
that was a narrative that they were trying to spin, and that's what I'm saying. This is how we know who she is, and it's not just about Tasha K, but it's about the issues surrounding victims. She always attached herself to victim stories, not because she's a victim advocate, not because she has a bleeding heart for those
Because
who
it
have been
brings traction.
abused.
It brings a
It's about
moment.
traction, and it's
In a
about
moment.
attention. Okay, because we heard this audio on this live of her saying that this little girl's first kiss was with a dick.
Yes.
Right.
She made a joke out of a 14-year-old being violated, then made another joke reading a police report. He's supposed to be from the conscious community, but yet he made her unconscious. And then start like, you almost could hear the drum in the background.
Uh,
Hmm.
Womp womp.
But she really don't care about the victim. She just
I'm
click
starting to
and
believe that she's not a victim.
I'm starting to
right.
believe that too, because I don't understand unless you're some type of sadist.
yeah.
Why
Well, I
would
seen
you?
her. I seen her get fresh with victims 2 times. At first, she was supposed to be advocating for the people, and then she like cursing them out
She
on the next
flipped on
show.
them, all of them.
Yeah, Jaguar, like so many, so many. Now that I think about it.
What's the R. Kelly girl she flipped on?
Oh
I
yeah,
said
the
her
whole
name earlier.
family.
The young girl
Uh,
that
not
got free from R. Kelly,
the first
Esriel.
one. Yeah, Asriel.
Asriel.
The Claries, that's right.
Yeah, Asriel Clary calling her hoes and you know, first of all, I don't care if she didn't or she said disparaging things, but I don't think that was the case. Tasha K got upset because the family no longer wanted to give her exclusive information. She was getting a
Right.
lot of exclusive information from their family. But once Asriel got free, they kind of started distancing themselves from her. So she couldn't get
Because
her
they
tea
had
in.
to learn their child again, and she probably didn't
Right.
want to be involved with,
And this
that.
is all alleged in my opinion. Thank you,
Right.
Sue.
It's allegedly, yeah, but
In my
Right.
opinion. It's my opinion.
Yes,
You know.
allegedly to everything. Allegedly to
allegedly.
even if
And
we have proof, it's
And
and
all
you
that's
know
alleged.
just what
something,
I'm
that's it's
saying.
it's. I'm surprised you're not following that trial hot shot with R. Kelly. Y'all seen something pop up today?
Oh,
I guess they're
I
bringing
was
up
watching.
Aaliyah.
Hmm.
They brought
Oh
up
yeah,
Aaliyah today.
there's resurfacing the fact that he was with Aaliyah at a young age when Aaliyah was young. I think she was like what 16.
They better leave her
Um,
Tasha
alone.
K went as far as saying, I'm surprised Aaliyah's mother is not suing her. Tasha K went as far as saying, okay, I've seen this video. She alleged that Aaliyah's mom had threesomes with her and R. Kelly.
I
And
heard
mm,
that
mm,
before. I
mm.
heard that's where I heard that. You're right. I did hear
That's
that.
and
crazy.
I've seen it nowhere except for her channel, which makes me believe that that was a lie.
That's
Nobody
gross.
said that they seen
I-
her. Now they said that they still seen Aaliyah in the back of that tour bus with him alone. A
right,
lot of
Oh
right,
people
yeah.
said that. The group
right.
R. Kelly was with public announcements said that. But nobody but Tasha K is saying that her mom had threesomes with her. And if I
I've
was
never
Aaliyah's
heard
mom,
that till now.
you never heard
What? You
that?
haven't heard that?
I've never heard that Aaliyah's mom was having threesomes with Aaliyah and
She
R.
said
Kelly
it.
too.
Yeah, that's what Tasha K said it on her channel. I've seen the video myself.
Yeah, I heard that.
And
Uh,
nobody but her has said it, which makes me believe that she's even sicker than I originally thought.
oh yeah, she's definitely
That
sick.
stuff, that stuff ain't funny, yo. But you know what? You get what you give.
Yep.
It's true.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Nobody's perfect. I mean, she wasn't no Jesus or nothing like that, but she was a young girl caught up in the, the sauce, just like them other girls was. That's how I take
I'm
it.
just very sickened. Like I said, I was assaulted, sexually assaulted at the age of 5.
So I
My
know it's
thoughts,
triggering.
Sorry to hear
my
that.
thoughts of I at one time I watched Tasha Kate very adamantly because I thought she was giving all of these victims voices with R. Kelly and nobody was talking about it. That right there intrigued me. Like I need, oh man, I'm rocking with this person.
Uh
But
huh.
then I started to see, I was very disappointed. Not that she was an idol of mine, but just like how Jen empowered a lot of people, I heard the sincerity in Jen's story because I knew it happened to me. That's
Uh
why
huh.
when I interviewed Jen, I wanted to make people know that she was a person before Kenneth
First,
Petty.
right?
Right.
She was a person and she
Yeah.
went through things. And if you don't hear the sincerity, if you're blinded by the Nicki Minaj celebrity of what happened to her, then maybe if you hear about how she was abused as a little kid, like I was, she was abused at 4 years old, Jen.
Mm.
Right.
I was abused at 5. I saw that in her. Before knowing her story, I knew that something that happened to me happened to her. I just knew it. I felt it. And I needed to seek her out. And I found her thanks to Hot Shot and Nosy Ho.
Yeah.
I
And
I'm
heard
glad
I
you
Jen.
did.
thank them for that because Jen is not only a subject on or as a guest on my show, but she's my best friend now.
I heard Jen say something that just really it tore me apart. And when she was
I
speaking
wanted to
about,
say this to Hot Shot. Are you gonna sue?
I'm
I hope
sorry.
you do. Are
is
you
he
going
gonna
to sue?
sue?
Are you going to sue?
I can't hear.
Oh, oh.
I hope
um.
you do.
Listen, as long as nobody mess with me, they ain't got to worry about me suing. But if
See,
people want
Hot
to
Shot
drag
is
me,
unproblematic. I like Hot
yeah,
Shot because he's so humble. But guess
I'm
what?
not looking for money. I'm not looking for clout. I'm not looking. I just want Jennifer to get her justice. If nobody touched me or drag me into no kind of court litigation or issue, I'm good. I ain't got to sue nobody. You know what I mean? But if people want to drag me, then they're gonna feel my wrath because I have so much proof and evidence of being harassed, threatened. You know what I'm saying? Slandered. So I don't think that's I don't think that's a smart move for people to do. And I'm not when I say people, I mean celebrities, bloggers, whoever it is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
um, but yeah,
I
I
appreciate
don't
Hot Shot because he is so humble. I tell you one thing, you come after me. Give me what you gave the Hot Shot and watch my smoke. Cause I want
it's like
all the smoke like a motherfucking chimney. Now I'm from a city where we get real silly. Now
it's
just
like
know that
Dozy. She want all the smoke. Dozy's like, yeah, I want the smoke.
I
Like,
want
what's
all the
poppin'?
smoke like a chimney. And I
And a
mean
lot of
that from
people
the
do.
bottom of my heart.
A lot of people do, and they have a right to want the smoke. You see,
Because
I don't want no smoke.
because I don't like bullies. You know, I don't like
Yeah, I don't
bullies.
like bullies either, man.
And
That's
shout
one of
out
my
to
pet
Sean
peeves
Davidway because that's another person
at
who
all.
is putting people out there that has been predators in Hollywood and stuff like that. I absolutely love him, okay?
Right.
But
Can I say this?
he been putting
Shout out to Sean David. Absolutely. So,
but
do
he
we
been
have
putting
Tasha
predators
K in the
out there.
chat? Is this the real Tasha K? Oh man, here we go. What's she talking
Well,
about? Nicole, why you on here lying? Who's Nicole?
nobody's lying on you, Tasha K. Ain't nobody lying. It's quite funny because those videos that I mentioned are up there. They are up there. You did say that Jen was not the real victim. I did not lie on you. I'm not lying for a click and the views. I'm actually standing up and speaking for the victims in which you say that you were speaking up for, but you were not. Because remember, when you first broke the story about Nicki Minaj, you were shaming her. Oh my God, why would Nicki marry somebody who was a convicted S offender when he would never be able to go to that child's school? I mean, you went on a rant for at least 10 minutes about all of the different events that man wouldn't be able to attend for Nikki's baby if they were to have a baby. And this was before they were married. Now, you remember
Absolutely.
that.
You mad?
Remember that. Remember
You
that.
mad, Tasha?
Remember the time that you were against Nicki Minaj marrying a sex offender. I ain't going to shut up because you in here. What I said is what the fuck I said, and it is so because anybody can go on your channel right the fuck now
Let
and
me
go
drop
to
the
those
link for you,
fucking
Trashy
videos.
K, so you could come
And
up here
people
and
can go to
defend
your
yourself.
motherfucking videos. So if you thought that you coming in this chat was going to shut me the fuck up, that's going to make me pipe up just a little bit the fuck louder. You got the right motherfucking one.
Oh
Okay, Miss
shit, here
Peacock?
we go.
Okay, Miss Peacock. Like I said, I want all the motherfucking smoke. So you get your fupa, tuck it in your motherfucking pants, bitch, and fucking put it up.
If she come on, tell her don't be talking loud, honey.
Put it
Our
the fuck
eardrums.
up.
Oh man.
And act like you didn't say that shit on your channel because the video is still there. And yes, you did dox Jen. And yes, I did send the videos to Tyrone. Jen's legal representation because bitch, you was a fucking crony for Nicki Minaj when she paid you a little fucking attention. And then played your dumb ass after you did all of her bidding and
Hit the link, Tasha.
taunting and harassing Jen, bitch. After you did all of her motherfucking bidding, she unfollowed your dumb ass. And then you
Hit
want to
the
go
link.
over after Armand got his motherfucking, since you want to mention Armand in the chat, after Armand got his motherfucking glorious pearly whites, your dumb ass want to go over there and be a fucking copycat and get motherfucking chicklets installed in your motherfucking mouth, bitch. Get the fuck out of here, whore. Get the fuck out of here, whore. Now I'm gonna give it to you.
Yo,
Since you want to come
shit.
out in the chat like I'm supposed to
Oh
shut the fuck
my
up, bitch.
god.
You bought that one. You bought that one.
Yo, I was not ready.
You bought that one, bitch. Now bring
I
them
was
fucking
ready.
soggy ass fucking yard dog sagging ass titties the fuck back up in here so I can drag you through
Ooh.
the motherfucking yard. Fuck
Oh,
out of here. What the fuck you thought I was gonna say? You thought I was gonna fucking pipe down, bitch?
not thinking she was gonna pipe down, Trashy K. I see Trashy K be snooping in, man. But here she goes. She backstage. Hold on. Let's let
Okay,
her
you
on.
backstage. Now
Let's
come
give her
up
a fair
and what?
chance.
And like you did not dox Jen. Like you did not harass Jen. Yes, the
Nicole,
fuck you did.
Nicole,
Hey,
Nicole.
you look drunk as fuck, Tasha K.
Well, maybe I am. What's wrong with that? What you look like?
Okay,
Does
so what
anybody
do
know?
what do you want
You
to
look like the
address
Look,
with me?
dinosaur,
last time,
the
What
mother
do you
from
want to
dinosaurs.
address?
right?
What do you
So,
want
okay.
to address
You look
with
like
me
little
in
bougie.
regards to this topic?
Nicole.
In
I'm
regards to
not
this
on
You look like
here
topic.
to
little bougie
go
on crack.
to
In
go
regards
back
to
and
this
forth with
topic.
you and your turban. I'm not on here to do that. Okay.
Okay, and my turban.
Let's
And
get to
bitch,
the
when
real
the fuck
shit.
you gonna come
What
out
I
the
said. First
closet?
of all,
Take that bitch
what
down.
I
Take that bitch
said.
down. When the fuck you
Okay, are
gonna
you
come
gonna
out the
let me talk?
closet?
You gonna
When the
let me
fuck
Wait,
talk?
you
let her
gonna come
talk.
out?
Let her talk.
You gonna let me talk?
Go
Cause
ahead,
the
Trashy
last
K. Go
time,
ahead.
I called you, you blocked me because you didn't want to hear what in the fuck I was finna give you. This is what you do. So let's talk about the real issue. What I've said about Nicki Minaj and Kenneth is what in the fuck I said. You're repeating shit that I just said on the Wiley show 3 days ago. Okay, that's not your issue. Let's take it back, Nicole. Why are you really mad? You want to talk about that? Do you want me to drop the receipts on why you're mad? You were running a fan page and you felt entitled. Nicole wanted to do an ad with me. Okay, I have a business team that
What
approves
you
the ad.
got to say to
Can I
me
talk?
is irrelevant. Who?
Can I talk? Can I talk? Because you've been out here lying and people have been hitting me in the DM. And when I've confronted you on the phone, you don't want to answer the phone. So you want you scared. You blocking. You don't want to answer the phone. We hear like two black.
You breaking up.
Me and then disrespect me and think the fuck I'ma let you talk, whore. Let's talk about those 30 motherfucking two chiclets you got installed in your motherfucking bootsy looking fucking grill, bitch. Let's talk about that, whore.
Tasha, where you at, Tasha? Let's give her a chance to talk about those chicklets that you just mentioned.
Who who was in Tasha K DM? Was it Nikki?
Probably, allegedly. But
Allegedly.
I want Tasha K to come back in here because I got a couple of questions for
But
Tasha
as
K.
soon as
Tasha
she
K,
addressed me, she gonna attack my religion. Bitch, that shit don't work for me, bitch. Your religion is that at the end of that motherfucking bottle. You trying to find your husband at the bottom of that fucking bottle, bitch. Tell everybody how the fuck you truly miserable, whore. Tell everybody how you truly don't have access to your motherfucking money, bitch. Because your family, like you say, always fucking wanting money. No, that's because that African ain't gonna have your drunk ass having access to your own motherfucking money, whore. Talk
Tasha,
about
come back
that,
in.
bitch.
Come back in because I can't see nor hear you, Tasha. I'm not blocking you. I'm not muting you.
And
I
and and,
want you to
and I
actually
am
come
not
in here
lying
and speak
on
your
you,
piece.
bitch. And you're not going to
Couple weeks
address me
ago.
and then disrespect me in the same fucking
First of
breath,
all, you
telling me
and
that
my
I got a fucking
husband.
turban on my
First
motherfucking
of
head.
all, you
That's
and my.
what you're
I'm
not
shocked.
going to do,
I'm
bitch.
shocked
You're
because
not
you and
going to
my
fucking
husband
disrespect me
are
and
the
act like
same.
the fuck I'm.
Okay, listen.
Hold on,
I'm not
hold on,
about to
hold
do
on. Let her
this.
talk.
I'm
Go
not about
ahead,
to
go
do this
ahead.
because she could have did this when I called her a few months ago when she was out here on the internet line. So now you want to do this because you got an audience. That's okay. You on the show. I'm a guest. You can have the floor. Let me know when you're done.
If you think that you're going to get a fucking
Hold
word
on.
in by disrespecting me when you address me, then bitch,
Aren't
you're
you
sadly
disrespecting me right
mistaken.
now?
I
Aren't you
suggest
disrespecting me
you
right
take
now?
it.
Aren't you
Hold on a
disrespecting me right
second.
now, Nicole?
I got a question for you, Tasha K. Why
What?
did you say that you was in contact with a close source to Nikki about Jennifer regarding
I'm
Jennifer
not
said
here to
that?
talk about my relationship with Nicki
Well,
Minaj. I'm here to address
you
Nicole.
said a
What
slanderous
I
comment.
opened the show saying, whatever I said about Nicki is what in the fuck that I said.
What the
What don't
fuck did you
y'all
mean
get?
by that
It
though?
has
Because you're a
nothing to do.
liar. You are
So
known to
listen.
be liar,
So
and
listen.
so for you to say
Whatever
such
you
a
want to
slanderous
call it.
comment
I'm just trying
is
to
is
address. I'm just trying to address Nicole. Nicole, why don't you tell him why you really mad? Why don't you tell them that? Why don't you tell them what made you get on this warpath out here as if me and you were friends? We had a few phone calls. You wanted me to promote a COVID kit that was not legalized
Did I
and
say
could
that
have
we were
gotten my
friends? I
channel
never said
taken
that we were
down,
friends.
Nicole.
I never said
You could
hot
have
shot.
gotten
When did
my
I say that we
channel
were
taken
friends?
down
Hot
with
shot.
that
When
with
did I
that
say that we
COVID
were
kit
friends?
that you
I
had.
didn't hear
And
When
you
did
say
now
I
that.
you on
say that
here
we were
lying
friends? Hot
because you're
shot.
mad because
When did
I wouldn't
when
give
did
you
I
a
say
free
we were
ad.
friends? When did
We
I
were
say
I
never
we
didn't hear
were
you
friends. I
say that.
don't know
friends?
you. I never
When
met
the
you.
fuck did I say that we were friends, bitch? Don't try
Well,
to
you out
fucking
here
gaslight
capping
me.
like we was
You got the
friends the
wrong
way you
motherfucking
mad.
run. You cannot gaslight me,
You ran a
motherfucker.
whole
Let me tell
motherfucking
you
fan
something,
page
Bootsy.
because
You
you're a
cannot
fan.
gaslight me,
You're
Bootsy.
mad
I
because I would
never
not
said we were
promote.
fucking friends, bitch.
You're
I got
lying.
the fucking receipts, Bootsy, that you called me last. I
Oh
never
shit.
said you was my
She,
fucking friend. You called me
Oh
asking me
girl,
to fuck
Nicole, you
why,
talking
whore.
big shit.
You
But bet
called
when I
me
come to
asking me
Philly,
why,
bitch,
whore. If I'm not important, bitch, why the fuck you come out the fucking bushes, whore? Get the fuck out of here, whore. I
husband,
never
bitch,
said you
I'm
was
gonna
my
need you to go
motherfucking friend.
pray,
I never
okay?
said you was my
And that's
motherfucking
it.
friend, bitch. Never did I say that. Never did I use your name for fucking clout. I'm telling the people who the fuck you are, bitch. But since you want everybody to know that I know you, let's tell them how the fuck you don't have access to your own money, whore. How the fuck you gotta wait till your husband go to sleep so you can put his fingerprint on that cash app, bitch.
mm,
Fuck you, whore.
Luckily, but yeah,
Fuck
this
you,
shit
whore.
is
I got,
sick
if
of
I thought that we was friends, bitch, if I thought we was friends, bitch, then why the fuck I got the messages of you asking me to fucking call you? Oh, please tell me it's not true, Nicole. Bitch, I deleted that fucking fan page of yours because you were a self-admitted fucking liar. I don't rock with liars, bitch. Your last
Tasha.
correspondence
Why you
was
left
to
the
me,
panel,
bitch.
Tasha? I'ma respectfully let you defend yourself. Why you left the panel? Get back up here. Get your ass back the
Fuck
fuck
out of
up here,
here.
baby.
Fuck out of
Come on,
here.
we ain't finished with you.
Fuck out
Come
of
on,
here.
baby. I knew you
Fuck
was
out of here.
watching,
Get back
baby.
up here, whore. Get your 32 chicklets up here, bitch.
Who
Get your
sent you,
fucking long
Tasha?
yard dog titties up here, bitch.
Let's talk about it. Who really sent you? She said, I got receipts. You was a Nicki fan too, bitch. I'm out. Come on, Tasha. Now I gotta go. Bye. Come on.
Yeah,
Okay, that
I
bullshit.
got those receipts, bitch. Those text messages that you sent me. You were the last one who contacted me, whore. Fuck out of here. Like I'm some fucking wounded lover. I'm not the lesbian, bitch. You the one with the fucking buzz cut, whore.
Pulled her right out the bushes.
And the truth only hurt when you try to hide it, bitch. And that's what you always known for. You think the fuck you got drunk and told me where the bones was buried, bitch. Tell them the real reason why you came.
She was mad to hear your voice on my show. Oh, she was mad to hear your voice on my show. She can't stand me, low key. But see, she
And
won't
like I
admit
said,
it.
Nicki Minaj is a great artist. I like her and Cardi fucking B. I'm a grown ass motherfucking woman. What the fuck I look like calling myself a fucking Barbie doll, bitch? The fuck
It
I
took
look
little
like?
old Miss All About the Trees to bring Trashy K out the bushes over here. We knew you was watching all
Thank you
along,
guys for coming
baby.
out. Thank you guys for coming out. You've been great. Thank you guys for coming out. You've been great. Little old me with fucking 400 subscribers, bitch. I brought your bald headed ass out the bushes with them fucking yard dog titties, bitch.
Oh man, this was an epic fucking show. This was an epic live. Listen, Tasha K, I'm glad you're watching because now all the messages that I have sent you have been received. And the fact that you lied on Jen, could you at least issue an apology to Jen? Because we all know you lied. Another thing I wanted to ask you, which was I was so eager to ask you, but you know how she start running her mouth so she could spin the narrative and redirect the conversation somewhere else. I already know her little tactics. But Tasha, I kept meaning to ask you. Now that we know you listen, and maybe you might want to respond on your show, because I know you're still here, but you know you too pussy to type. Um,
She in those fucking bushes like the fucking Woody Woodpecker bitch she is. Keep on knocking, bitch.
oh man, Tasha, you just do it to yourself. You just do it to yourself all the time.
That's why I'm all about the trees, because I bring them bitches out. Bring them out, bring them out. It's hard to yell when it's chiclets
The
in your mouth.
barrels in your mouth. Wow, wow,
Thank you
wow, wow.
guys for coming out. You guys been great.
You
Uh,
guys, awesome.
I apologize to everybody that's watching because, I do not, pride myself on dragging people or what have you. And none of that was orchestrated. And, I'm not going to quiet, because the only reason why we even brought her up was because about the victims. It wasn't about a personal vendetta. Yes, I could have said, to grow my channel, I could have came out blazing at her, saying that she's this and she's that. I did not. My content was all about the tea beef. My content was about sexual victims and people lying on sexual victims and things like that. None of my content focused on her solely. If she was a hot topic at one time, she was, with the Cardi B case. Okay. But if you go on my channel, I don't use her for clout. I don't bring up her name for clout. I bring up her name in relation to victims. So when did I ever say that she was my friend? When did y'all hear
Well,
me say that?
I didn't hear you say that here publicly, but now that we're on the topic, can you please inform everybody in the chat, everybody that's watching the show, what's your relation to Tasha prior to all this?
Prior to all of this, before I even started my YouTube channel, I was the first one who gave her a fan page. As I was saying before, I was the first one. I was the
That's
first
the
one.
real tea.
I am not fucking have a personal vendetta against her. If anything, I hold a special place in her motherfucking stone heart. Okay? Because I started her first fan page and I got 7,000 subscribers from her. She in turn started another fan page and ran it herself and started competing with my fan page, which I later found out that she was running it when she told me that she saw the damn messages that people were DMing her.
Allegedly
On her fan page. On her fan page that she the fuck started. I started her first one and I got proof in my DM. It started December the 12th in 2018. I emailed myself the receipts. So before you talk about receipts, I got the receipts and the correspondence of you calling me that I declined that fucking call. Remember, Trasher? So if you want to say you got receipts, bitch, I got them too. So never did I act like a fucking groupie. You gave me your number and said call me anytime. I didn't call you anytime. I called you as it pertained to certain things I was concerned about. Like the time when you lied on someone and said, oh, I can make a lie go viral. And I called you about that because that concerned me. Me being a woman of integrity, yes, I had to call you and ask you about that. And I also called you and asked you about that when you flipped the script and turned on the victim, and Kenneth Petty was this black man who was being railroaded by the system all of a sudden, that Nicki Minaj showed you some fucking attention. You're the fucking groupie, bitch. Never did I think you were my friend. But once I saw that you were not on the side, once I saw that you weren't on the side of the victim truly, and that you could be bought, and you promised your subscribers you would not, be friends with none of the celebrities, because that would take away from the content, and then that would take away from whatever was true or whatever the story was. But no, we saw you turn. We saw when you started to sway your opinions about Nicki Minaj, when you had her clit so far in your fucking mouth that you had to go get new fucking teeth, bitch.
All about the trees. All about the trees. Why do you think Tasha K?
Excuse me.
Why do you think Tasha K came on this show to address you?
Because
remember,
I just mentioned about 10 minutes before she came out the bushes that I want her to know that I'm the one who forwarded Tyrone Blackburn her video in which she victim shamed and harassed Jen on the behest of Nicki Minaj, in my opinion.
Hot shot.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you answer that question too?
I feel like she came on here partly because of what allegedly, and partly because of what All About the Trees just mentioned. And
exactly.
I also feel like Tasha K knows exactly who I am. She's been knowing who I am for quite some time. She one of her first comments when she came on here in the chat was, "I'm just like Armand," or some shit like that. I don't know if she's referring to the bombs. But
no, bitch, you're just like Armand because you got your chiclets installed the same week he did. Okay, but his is of a higher quality.
Oh, but she knows who I am. I've been defending Jennifer since day one, man, and
bitch,
she's
and bitch,
against all that.
you decided for this moment. I want to have this moment for life. Quote that, bitch. I want to have this moment for life because I only got 400 something subscribers. Why did you come out the fucking bushes, out your cave for little old me?
And
Why,
why did she
Boosie?
come on this show for little old you?
If anybody's like Armand, you look
Are
more
you
like
dumb?
What was the reason?
yes. What was the reason? You look more like Armand than any of us, whore. Let's talk about
Listen,
that. I
she
mean,
look like
from the
little
cut to face,
boozy.
do it side by side.
No,
With her and Armand.
no, she look like Lil Boozy, if anything, man. Lil Boozy, twin Lil Boozy in drag. Like, listen, she looked like, the cartoon. Remember the dinosaur shit? It was like a cartoon, but it was kind of
Not
like
the
really.
mama. Not the
She
mama.
looked like not the mama. Though. She looked like the mama. She looked like the mama. Like, come on. She looked like Mr. T.
Fuck out of here.
Stop
Let's talk
playing. Like,
about.
she
You
called
want to talk
Jennifer a
about my
dirty
COVID?
bitch on her
Let me
last
address
show. She
this
called
though.
Jennifer a
Let me
dirty bitch.
address this.
All
Not
jokes
that
aside.
I did not say that I was, Tasha K's friend. I did not say she was my friend. None of that. We were talking about the topic at hand. That's why she came into discussion. We were talking about what she had that nobody else had. But we were also discussing how she was sick by inserting comic relief in regards to the victim and how she had a penis in her mouth instead of that was her first kisses with a penis.
Right.
Remember, we kept saying that. We kept talking about that. I said you really have to be some type of sick woman, and then we start talking about Aaliyah as well. But we kept on talking about how she is sick and the things that she say in light of people suffering. We were talking about that. But if you want to talk about my COVID kids, I'll be glad to tell you about that. Yes, I do have an LLC that we specialize. Like I said, I am in the field of medicine, and I developed the concept of having COVID kids. And I asked her. Well, she actually said that, oh no, it would be no problem for her to advertise it on her channel. I said I wanted to pay for the advertisement. She said, oh girl, please just email my people, my team, which her team that she talks about is her husband and that girl Nicole. She doesn't have a fucking team. And that lawyer that looks like motherfucking uh what is that goddamn girl name? That fat girl on the witchcom. Her damn lawyer don't even know what the fuck she doing because you go over to Sweet Pea channel.
We
That
got a
lawyer
Tiff
has
West imposter in the building. Who the fuck is that? Tasha K impersonating Tiff West?
when you go to Sweet Pea channel, you can see how her lawyer is very discombobulated when giving the answers to the damn judge, and they dropping all types of other YouTubers' name and not trying to hold Tasha K accountable for lying, blatantly lying. The judge asks them what was their sources, and she gives them Lovely T's page. Like the bitch is fucking crazy. She's like insane, literally. That's her defense. But anyway, so
Can I ask a question?
Yes, ma'am.
To you and Hot Shot, are you guys Nikki's fans? A fan of Nikki?
I'm not a fan of anything because a fan is a fanatic.
No, I'm not, man.
Which means that I appreciate all types of music, alternative, gospel. I'm not even a Christian, but I like all types of music. And Nikki
I
is
appreciate Nikki as an artist. I
artist.
dislike Nikki's personality and characteristics. I don't hate the woman. I just feel like she's very fucked up for what she's been doing to certain people in the industry, people like Jennifer. She's a great artist. Like I said, she's beautiful. But when it comes to her personality, her morals, her ethics, stuff like things of that nature.
Yeah, as an artist, I do like her music. Yes, but that's all we all know her as. I don't think nobody know her personally.
Right.
We all
okay,
like
so
her
we
as
all
an artist.
agree. We all agree that she is a great artist,
Absolutely.
and that we have no problem with her as Nikki the artist. Correct?
No, we don't.
Okay. Now here's the problem. As Tasha was talking, I was picking up on energy, and the reason why she came out the bush is because she's Nikki Little Minion.
Right.
This is why I ask you guys, why do you think she came to this particular show?
Like I said, she knows who I am. I've been covering Jennifer from day one. She knows that this is where she can get the official Jennifer news. Jennifer's been here multiple times to interview with me. And this is what a lot of people's watching. If you guys look at Instagram, this is where it all goes down, by the way. There's someone by the name of King Time. This is Nikki and Kenneth's people, close affiliate. He just posted a clip of my video interview with Jennifer on my show, not too long ago, sometime last week. So these people are watching closely, not just Tasha K, Nikki's people, and this is not allegedly. Nikki's people is watching as well. Um,
And and
I'm
she
gonna
is
say
herself.
I'm gonna say Nikki is allegedly watching herself, but that was confirmed when her sister-in-law came on my show and had a conversation with us. So everybody's watching right now. A lot of people, believe it or not, don't let the views.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people's watching. This is a really intense story. This is one of the biggest stories out right now with Jennifer. Nikki is untouchable. So a lot of people are surprised that it's even gotten this far. A lot of things just keep flying when it comes to Nikki. Just people just sweeping under the rug. So finally, there's some light being shed on the situation, and a lot of people's mad. People like Tasha that has been alleged to be on Nikki's payroll, and I'm going to say allegedly because I don't know that to
Allegedly.
be the case. But yeah, people like her are mad, and they're gonna do everything in their power to defend Nicki Minaj.
And
On one of the
Tasha, Tasha, keep
right?
fucking with me. I'm gonna have you incensed, incensed, livid, bitch, every second, every day of your life. Keep fucking with me. Keep fucking with me.
On,
I'ma make
on,
Check tell you he don't want to fuck you ever, not just on his birthday, whore.
Y'all
I,
see that birthday video where her husband ain't want to give her none? He ain't want that punane. He said, listen, I don't know what was that shit she used, Pangea. That shit ain't working for you, baby. Listen, you gonna have to get something else for that
Girl,
punane.
please.
Listen,
Miss Boosie is still transitioning. Miss Boosie is
yo,
still in transition.
oh man, listen. Tasha K on one of her prior shows, she called Jennifer. She doubled down and added insult to injury and called Jennifer a dirty bitch. For no reason, just because she
Yep.
feels like she wants to believe Nikki or Kenneth or whatever the case is, right? Um, I also wanted to ask Nikki. I'm sorry. I wanted to ask Tasha, why is it that when it comes to comparing Nicki Minaj's gangster to Cardi B's gangster, she feels like Nicki Minaj is capable of sending some dudes or some niggas, as she may call it, after somebody else instead of just talking her shit online? She was quick to send her goons, allegedly alluding to her goons. But when it comes to Jennifer, it's impossible, and she can't believe it. And Jennifer's such a liar. But I played the audio on one of my prior shows, maybe like the last two shows, one of the last two shows, and I played the audio where she's talking about Nikki, and she's admitting that Nikki being capable of sending some people after you if you talk bad on her or if you mess with her. So if you can admit this, Tasha K, I know you're still watching. If you can admit this about Nikki, um, just because you were comparing her street credibility or her gangster, as many may call it, to Cardi's, why can't you believe that Nikki sent some people after Jennifer allegedly? Why can't you believe that? Why is it so hard? Why is it so hard for you to sympathize with a victim? Aren't you a victim?
No,
Aren't you a
she's a
victim?
victimizer, in my opinion. And let me tell you something else, Tasha KPS. Check don't want that pussy even if you tied that shit to a tootie tent, bitch. How about that? That big old wolf tush you got trying to give it to somebody on their birthday. They don't want that shit. That's a death sentence to him. He said absolutely not. Why would I want that? Ew.
all
Do
about
we
the
got
tree.
that footage? Hold on. Should we play that? No, I'm not. I'm not going to play it. But
He
All about
said
the
no.
tree.
Yes, ma'am.
Um, Tasha K came on to discredit you because you said that you sent some information over to
Tyrone
Gina.
Blackburn. Yes, ma'am.
Exactly.
Yes, ma'am.
But you see, when I asked her about slandering Jennifer's name, she didn't want to talk about that. I
She
didn't
don't
come
want
here
to
to
talk
talk
about
about
it.
Jennifer. What the fuck you talk?
Then
What the
why?
fuck you lying on her fucking name for? If
And
you
and
ain't come with about, that's all I
and
want
why
to talk
did
about
you
with
come to
your ass.
address Nicole? Why did you want to talk about my COVID kits? I said nothing promoting my COVID kits, but if you want to buy one, I can put the link down in the chat. But I'm just saying, I said nothing about that. I wasn't promoting myself. This was not for self gain. This was not for monetary gain. I truly am concerned about victims of abuse, especially sexual nature.
Unlike Unwind with Tasha K.
Exactly. This was not self promotion. If this was self promotion, I would forward you to my cleaning company as well. Because I also have a cleaning company now, Tasha, bitch.
Everybody know who the kid be. Stop playing.
Two companies, whore, that you had nothing to do with developing. And I thank God that you did not put that on your fucking, because you're so much of a flaky person. You're the one who wanted to do this. Oh, we're not going to charge you. I wanted to pay. And when you fell through and you flaked on that because Cardi B was whooping your ass so tough in court, you said you can't risk that on your channel. I understood. I hired a makeup artist even on that day. I hired a makeup artist because we were supposed to shoot a promo for the business. She was going to do a Q&A. This went on for weeks. She said that she was going to do this. And when the day came, she said, wait a minute. Oh, that was supposed to be the day? I thought we was just going to practice. Oh, no, I hired a makeup artist. This is what you sent me. Oh, I didn't know. Bitch, you lying. But I got past that. Bitch, we got other promotions. We got contracts with my city. You understand me? So Tasha K, what and pun intended, one motherfucking monkey don't stop no show ho.
You got some dirt on her.
Yeah, you
I know
do.
where the
I'm
bones
gonna
is
say.
buried,
I'm gonna
You
say
bitch.
got some dirt.
allegedly,
I know where
but
the
you
bones
do.
are buried, bitch. You don't know what the fuck you told me when you was the fuck drunk, whore.
She said you don't know what you told me when you was the fuck drunk. Yo, listen, Tasha's scared of you because for her to heck came out the damn bushes to come address you on here. She ain't addressed nothing
I
else.
come to address Nicole. Yes, my name is Nicole. Yes, my name is Nicole. That's what you can surmise from what you got me saved under in your motherfucking phone. But I bet you can't remember me what the fuck you was talking to me about at the few times that I called you. Cause bitch,
Mm,
I bet you called me more the fuck than I called you, whore.
mm, 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 mm.
Let's talk about it because I still got the text messages. And by the way, Sean Davy Way, I actually DM'd you those text messages. If you want, a while ago, you probably didn't see it. You didn't leave me on red, but I DM'd it to you just in case. Sean Davy Way, yeah. I remember when Messy TV, when you called me and you said, you kept calling me actually, and I actually screenshotted how many times you called, and I sent it to my business partner, and we both laughed because you were running scared. You wanted to know what was wrong. You wanted to know that Messy TV, that fucking bitch with the helmet that go on everybody fucking channel in the fucking cat in the chat with that motherfucking hard ass wig helmet she got on. Yeah, that bitch. Yeah, she was in my DMs talking about this and that about Tasha Talks Truth and all of that. I think it's called Tasha Talks Truth. She was in my DMs and I told her how I don't fuck with you no more. And you was a self-proclaimed liar and this and that. And you called my phone. You blew my phone up. And I was at work at the time. And I said, I'm at work. Oh, you can't talk? And then you call back again. And then you text. And then you text again. So who the fucking groupie, bitch? Who's the fucking scorn acting like a fucking lover, bitch? I never ate your motherfucking nasty ass wolf pussy whore. Why the fuck you calling me repetitively?
All about the trees.
Yes, ma'am.
May I ask, why do you feel like she was going to attack your religion?
Because she feels as though I already know that she's been to my page before she came out the cut in the chat. She been to my page. She saw, first of all, she blocked me on fucking Instagram because I added her. Bitch, I put an address on it, whore. I don't creep and hide in bushes. I put my trees in a chat and I sit with my legs crossed, just like the fuck that. You have to duck and hide because you are a fucking slithering snake. You're sneaky and you're creepy, bitch.
So there you have it. You're not a fraud. You don't have to worry about somebody coming at your religion, because you seem like you are an open book.
I am a new,
Tasha
but on
K,
my page
you just got
because
knocked
I'm a new
the
content
fuck out.
because I'm a new content creator and because I knew what I was covering was an avatar, right? And that person was doxing people. So therefore, when I came out speaking my opinion, I knew it wasn't going to be a popular opinion. So therefore, I didn't put out my name because this is for entertainment purposes, right? And I
Right.
saw what was going on, and the content that I was covering was that of doxing. So I'm like, okay, I got to be careful on what I give to people. But yes, my name is Nicole. I am in the medical profession. I do have two businesses. The COVID consultation firm is an LLC. You can look that up and you can Google it. Yes, I'm on the East Coast, Tasha, bitch, because you're not going to dox me and then put it up on your backup channel and you think the fuck I'm not going to sue. Because I will fucking sue, bitch, because there's people in your Patreon that will screen record that bitch. So guess what? I'm looking for a quick come up, whore. Record that. I take all the money, honey. I don't turn down nothing but my collar, and I don't sell my pussy because it'll make the stock market crash. But guess what? All other legal money, I take.
I
So
can't
all about the
believe her
tea.
demonic ass.
Why didn't you take her calls? Because that was what she said. She said that she
I
was trying to call you.
oh. So she said she was trying to call me. So therefore, I'm not the person who is upset because she wasn't my friend.
Boom.
Oh, she was trying to call me, and I wouldn't take her calls. That's what she said. Oh, okay. Yeah, because she know the fuck I got proof of it. Cause I was keying with my business partner, like, look at this bitch. This bitch gonna sit up here and try to call me. Then now, what the fuck she calling me for? We sat up there and laughed, and I continued to scroll.
There you have it on Hot Shot
So
Radio,
who's
people.
mad, bitch? So who's mad? And I started my YouTube channel any fucking way. I know you was a secret hater anyway, you little secret motherfucking squirrel. You was a fucking secret hater anyway, because I told her that I wanted to start a channel and do a segment called All About Where's the Beef. Where's the Beef was going to be a segment where I showcase the beef and the arguments that's going on social media and then give an amicable resolution. It was going to be called Where's the Beef. She looked at that shit and I said, bitch, I wish you would, in my mind. I said, I wish you would do a fucking segment on your channel called Where's the Fucking Beef, bitch. Because I already got the poor man's copyright and I emailed the idea to myself for. So she began start taking fucking calls and I doing that what you call it thing that she was doing. That's what she did, but she ain't call it Where's the Beef. But I'm gonna tell you one thing. I am not somebody who wanted to ride off the coattail of her who has almost 1 million subscribers. I have integrity. I did it on my own. I didn't tell my subscribers, follow me, y'all, because I used to be socializing with Tasha K. I never once did that. She came up here and gave me my motherfucking pearls and my roses and my flowers.
Tasha K.
We got some real tea about Tasha K allegedly on this show right now. This shit just got deep.
She
So,
Now,
been
I didn't
exposed
come
as
out
a
and
clout
say who
chaser.
is the real motherfucking groupie, bitch.
Tasha K is a groupie.
Who's the real
yeah,
groupie, whore? We was talking about the topic at hand. You wanted to come on and talk about me. All about the trees. I'm a bad
you
bitch.
might as well subscribe, Tasha, because I don't watch you, but you clearly watch me. Um, all about the trees. It should be all about the Tasha tea. That should be the name of your show because you know some
I
shit,
wish I
and that's
would
what
get that bitch.
and she's afraid of that tea. And I'm gonna say allegedly. I don't know how true it is, but still, but the simple fact
Like
that
I
she came on
said,
here and tried to
PSS.
deflect.
PSS. You don't know what the fuck you told me. And you fucking scared of that fact.
Something that you said triggered something and it pushed the button. Hence the reason she came on here today. And things that
Exactly.
I've been saying in the past prior to today has probably pushed certain buttons and shit that caused her to come here today. Tasha has been dying to say something and make her
Yep.
little special appearance. I know it. I felt it. I felt it. It's all good.
Mhm.
I hope she come back over here and address the slanderous, defamatory comments she made towards Jen. That's what I hope she does. And if you don't come back here, I hope you issue an apology on your channel. Do the right thing for once, Sasha. Come on, you've victim shamed and victim blamed enough. You've discredited and slandered enough victims. You bullied them on your show. It's time for you to do the right thing.
Yeah.
Right, you're wrong.
Come on now, Spike Lee. Yes, Boosie. Boosie. Boosie, we want you to come to the altar, confess your sins, and repent. We want
That's
you to
it.
repent. We want you to turn over. You could be white as snow. Nothing but the blood hoe. Nothing but
Word.
Mm.
so
Oh wow.
there's no redemption for those who have no souls, and we have to be careful on what we blame on the devil, because I think the devil would cringe to do some of the things that Tasha K would have done thus far. I think he would cringe at the mere thought of that soulless woman. In my opinion, she has no soul. So how can you make a deal with the devil when you have nothing to exchange?
Mm.
Wow.
So I thank you guys for coming out. I bid you adieu. I actually had,
Wait, brown
and that's
skin
okay.
lady.
I
Are you
apologize
Tasha
again.
K? Because you said I said what I said. I meant what I said. I'm here. I'm kind of confused, but
All right. Well, either way, it doesn't matter, Wolf Puss. I know I can't be on here all night,
yeah, I'm
jabbing
about
and
to get off
yapping,
this too.
because I have a husband that actually wants my puss. It's
Oh.
nice and shiny and and waxed and all of that, and it's not no excess fupa. It ain't no excess shit. It don't look like it smell like camel spit.
Oh shit! Damn. Nah, camel spit.
Yeah, my husband actually wants my puss.
Mhm.
Woo! What a show, baby! What a show, man! This was a great show.
Hey, husband,
Um,
I was just talking about you. Yeah, I was just talking
and
about
she's
you.
proving it. She's showing receipts. Look, she's like, here
And
to
my
hubby.
husband also doesn't reject my relations in front of millions of viewers. He doesn't
Mm,
publicly humiliate me like that. He would never. Never.
wow.
He would never.
Mhm.
Why do y'all think Tasha K husband rejected her on his birthday when she
In
offered
the
him some?
words of the illustrious Armand Wiggins, would you get hard for that?
Absolutely not.
What about that would you get hard for?
Oh man,
Yeah.
man.
Bring it on.
Well,
And I dare you to have one of your minions try to address me. Go ahead and call your minions. Call Wild Eye. Call what's the short stumpy little one?
oh, that messy
What
truth talks
the
Tasha
power
talk.
bottom.
Now, yeah,
The power bottom. Call him. Call any of them. Listen, you came out for me. I have 400 subscribers. I'm nobody on YouTube. Nobody.
you better go run over to all about the trees and subscribe. Put in that support, baby. You already know she don't want you to grow, but we gonna make sure you get exposed over here.
Yeah,
Tasha
she'll.
just put you on the map.
I know she's gonna try to strike my channel, all that other stuff. But hey, listen,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
just a
you
little
know
old,
that.
all about the trees. I came to advocate for the victims. Let's not lose track of what's really important, and that was the
Yes.
victims.
She
And
wasn't even the topic of conversation. That's the funny part.
she wasn't. We were just talking about how inappropriate it was for her to insert those jokes in relation to a 14-year-old girl, in which she was reading a report and then making light of the situation by inserting inappropriate sexualized jokes. That's what we were
Right.
talking about. And yes, I'm
Absolutely.
more articulate than you, bitch.
Fuck
You
Wally.
get
He
on
better not
here.
say no damn shit after this show.
Oh, she's gonna come. She can't rest. She ain't gonna rest. She's gonna become
I said
obsessed
it.
with me. And
Fuck Wally and fuck Tasha Minions and fuck her too. You know what I'm saying?
I
We don't
know.
give a fuck what they got to say.
But thank you, Tasha K. You gave me free promo. I appreciate that. And you kept to your word. You gave me an advertisement and it was free of charge. Thank you.
Exactly. Absolutely. Well, thank you all
Please
for
feel
tuning
free
in
to like,
today.
share, and subscribe.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that. And thank you for coming on the show today. All about the trees. Once again, show the love and support. Definitely go over there and check her out. Yamara, thank you so much for coming on here as well. You know your story was a sad one, but a real one, and I appreciate you sharing with us. You are a strong queen, a great mother, and we need more people like you. So definitely feel free to come back on the panel
Good
whenever you
night,
get a chance.
everybody. Good
Don't
night,
be a
Wolf
stranger.
Puss. Good night,
Good
Thank you
Wolf
for
night.
having
Puss.
me.
It's a pleasure. Thank you all for coming
And
out.
I
Thank you all.
love that lady. What's this young lady on this panel, Yamada? I just love. Oh, you look like a really, really young Karen Huger. You
Thank
do.
you.
You are beautiful.
Thank
And
you.
that and if you guys hear me referencing Wolf Puss on my channel, that is her name. That's gonna be her name, Wolf Puss. Okay. Good night, Wolf Puss. Nighty night.
Good night, Wolf Puss,
Thank you
Trashy
guys for
K.
coming out. It's been
Um,
great. Love you, Tiff West. Love you, Sean David Wade. Love you, Armand.
oh, Sean David was in here. I didn't see him.
No, no,
Shout
no.
out to
I'm just
Sean
saying
David.
because
Shout out to Armand Wiggins.
hopefully I'll get a view. I'm just speaking that into existence. Hopefully I'll get a view from Armand and Sean David Wade because I just love them. I watch them consistently, especially when they
They
drag
good.
against Tasha. Oh, child. Wolf
Yeah,
Puss.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
good
That
night.
should
I
be
gotta go. I
funny.
gotta go. My
Good night.
husband's been waiting
Listen,
for me. He want my
everybody, thank you in
puss.
the chat.
Bye
Oh, there
bye.
we go. Later. Thank you all in the chat for coming in. I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to really read the comments today. Um, but you know, things got a little hectic and we had to address it. Free Knights, Liza Scorps, Miss Gardner, Tiff West, Gemini, New York Peeps, My Small Space, Sweets the Queen, everybody else who I didn't get to. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for watching the show. It was a really interesting show for those of you who came in late and missed the drama. Hit the replay button. We had Tasha K on here getting dragged by All About the Trees. But yeah, hit the replay on that so you could catch the whole heat. I mean, it went down. But thank you all once again, Aya and Ja, Itsy Bitsy, Bodacious Lady. Who else is in here? Brown Skin Lady 81, Hollywood Teaser, Jackson St. Julian. Everybody I didn't mention, thank you for coming out. I'll catch you on the next flick. You know how we do. And yeah, that's all we got for today. So y'all be safe. Keep your mask on. Miss T Taylor, baby, was good. Thank you for coming out. Keep your mask on. Keep your hand sanitizers in them bags. And hope to see you in the next life. Not the next life. I'm sorry. That too. In the next live. Hope to see you in the next live. Peace.